Just the two
Hello,
of us.
everybody. Shut. Wait, you want to sing the rest of the song? We just
No,
stopped
I'm
the
good.
cast.
I'm good.
All right, this is Irongeek Cast
Sorry.
48, Festivus for the rest of us. We have a few more people join us shortly. Unfortunately, it's pretty much me and James right now. Not that James isn't enough, but Allie had to reboot his system, and Mary Margaret's going to be back on here shortly. She's just traveling back home from a friend's house. So, how are things going, James?
Oh, they're going. A bachelor this week, so I've got to cook my own food and do my own laundry and
That's been
take
my
care of all
entire
these damn
life for
dogs.
like the last 20 years. Shit. And even then, I was still a
And
bachelor.
it's terrible. I don't know.
My mom did some of it,
I don't know how you do it.
Yeah, hell, even back then, I was just wash most of my clothes and feed myself mostly. Mom bought the food. Now that I think about it, I haven't lived at home since what, '96. It's been a while. All right, let me see if the sound's coming through. '96. Yep, the sound is definitely coming through. Good. Anyway, I can start the cast up, and someone added a bunch of shit to the show notes, but I'm assuming that was not you.
It wasn't me.
Well, they added a bunch of the show notes, but they haven't actually got on the show to cover the stuff they wanted to cover. Damn. First thing on the list, of course, is current state regarding net neutrality in the U.S. And I'm not quite sure what to think. There's a lot of people going, sky is falling, sky is falling. And yes, even though I posted that image about, everything was fine in 2015 and people got a little pissed about that because there have been a few abuses and so forth. It really wasn't that bad before the so-called net neutrality rulings were put in place. And if they're going to put it in place,
When did the
Congress.
when did the ruling go in place?
Sometime in
What year was it
2015.
again?
I don't know the exact month.
2015. Yeah, I mean the only thing that really irks me or makes me nervous, I guess. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, "Oh no, that's not right." But you got all this like fucking Equifax where the CTO or the CIO is a fucking finance major or a music major or some shit like that. CTO, you've got a lot of budgeting you've got to do. But at the same time, if you don't fucking understand any technology, you really have no fucking business being there.
But what does that have to do with net neutrality, though? The idea that
Well, so
no bandwidth for
the CTO
destination or protocol.
right, but the CTO of AT&T a while back, the CTO of AT&T a while back came out and basically said, y'all are clogging our tubes, and you guys have to, you got to pay more because we can't keep up with the amount of content you guys want to get. And it's like, I imagine what happened is some CCNA or CISSP or some Cisco certified guy or Juniper or whatever the hell they were using at AT&T came to his boss and was like, "Hey, our equipment's shit and it's old and it needs to be updated because we can't keep up with modern fucking internet." And he goes up and tells them that, "Hey, we need new equipment," and they just look at the money and go, "Oh well, no, we can't cut through our yearly bonus. What's the matter? Oh, it's not fast enough. We'll just tell everybody they're clogging our tubes and make them pay more. Problem solved." It's like, no, they're probably running on shit old equipment, especially AT&T. I mean, fucking AT&T, like even their logo's old as fuck. Like I can't imagine they update anything. But I think that's what's gonna wind up happening is people are gonna, like, they already started doing, a few of the cable companies started doing like download caps or bandwidth caps and shit. I think that's fucking bullshit too. Like, I might get it if you're taking down a fucking terabyte a week, but fuck, some of these caps are ridiculous.
That's about my porn allotment a week.
that's a lot of porn, sir.
I've heard. See, I listen to a lot of conservative libertarian types, and they're generally against any kind of government regulation. And they bring up ideas where, well, this would allow small business to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm not quite sure. See, for me, a bit is a bit is a bit on the line.
Right.
and I don't particularly care. But at the same time, if somehow Netflix paying extra money to the ISP subsidizes my use of Netflix, I'm not necessarily opposed to that either.
Yeah, but me paying extra to watch Netflix that I'm already paying
Yes,
for.
but there are people putting out all sorts of scaremongering, stupid shit, like with the Banksy dude, the graffiti artist,
Mm-hmm.
um, uh, putting out something like $2 per Google search. I'm like, no, that's not what's going.
Nobody's gonna fucking pay $2 for a Google search. That's ridiculous.
$8 a month for Twitter. No one would pay for Twitter now. That's my understanding.
Right?
It's not actually a profitable fucking company.
No, the only way they'll make money is ads, just like fucking radio.
So there's a lot of scaremongering going on out there.
But that's the other bullshit about cable companies that fucking pisses me off to no end. So cable companies get money. I guess it's really some of the content provider that fucks it up for us too. But so the content makers, the cable company pays the content maker for the content. The cable company gets paid for commercials, and then the content maker adds commercials as well in their content. So you're paying for cable, but you're getting commercial. I feel that fucking I don't think you should be able to double dip. I mean that if I don't want your fucking commercials. If I'm paying for it, I don't want your fucking commercials. If it's free, sure, give me fucking ads. You know what I mean? But I don't want. I don't give a shit about stupid commercials. I don't want it if I'm paying for it.
But my understanding, though, the cable company doesn't directly pay, like, I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm assuming they don't actually pay, like, MTV or whatever. MTV.
Yeah, they do. They pay whoever owns MTV. They pay like that's why a while back my cable company sent out a thing. It was like when I still had cable, they were like, oh, freaking, tweet and call and do everything to was it FX or TNT, whoever does the fucking Walking Dead, and they're like, tell them to back off their prices, otherwise you're not going to get the Walking Dead anymore.
Oh, that would be AMC or
AMC, yeah.
Or Viacom.
So they wanted AMC wanted to price hike the cable company, and the cable company was like, we can't afford it because I guess what they would have to push down to the customers and and still make the money they were making would be so much that the customers would be like, fuck you guys and leave.
I haven't ever paid for cable in my adult life. Pretty much I got cable modem access, and
yeah.
And somehow magically, legal media somehow shows up on my hard drive. Yes.
Illegal media.
No, legal media.
Somehow it somehow magically finds its way onto your hard drive. You don't know how it gets there. It's just there.
Exactly, just like that midget porn.
I don't know how it winds up on my NAS. It just ends up there. I guess it's the Chinese putting it there.
Fucking Chinese. No, it's North Koreans.
Now, what is I was hearing about the North Koreans are behind WannaCry? I didn't really read the articles, but what's going on?
Yeah, I think they're just blaming everything on North Korea right now.
Yeah,
everything happened in North Korea.
It's their turn.
It's like when the guy leaves your job and anything's broken, and the manager comes by and yells like, I don't know, the last dude did it. It's all that guy's fault. He fucked it up.
Oh hell, that's actually the second point, but I haven't actually read the article that's linked there. Have you two looked at the show notes?
Nope.
Someone added a bunch of stuff to the show notes, but apparently they're not on the cast right now.
Why don't most Americans realize they're getting tax cuts for Christmas?
Because I'm not. I'm getting fucked.
Are
you really?
Yeah, it looks like. No, I got some mentioning from George Forbush saying that they almost fucked him because of he's a PhD student, and the way in which they were going to tax PhD students, it would be in such a way that it wasn't going to work out for him. But
dude, have you ever tried to read any of that shit? Like, I'm pretty sure most of the people that work at the IRS can't even figure out what the fuck that thing says. Like that. Like,
yeah, because it's written by lawyers. So you could pay other lawyers to translate it in simple English for you.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, fucking why? Like this should have been in the Constitution. Like the fucking founding fathers should have seen this coming, and they should have put fucking in the Constitution that any fucking bill written by Congress, Senate, House, fucking President, anybody has to be at the lowest common education level of America. like readable by idiots, basically.
I would like tax codes.
No, because then what good is a lawyer going to do, or what good is the Supreme Court going to do? Because that's what their job is, to find out what the founders' intent was.
If lawyers starve to death, I'm okay with that.
I don't think the Supreme Court's job is to figure out what the founders' intent was. I think it's
That is their
rule
job.
on new laws. Yeah, that's what it's become, but that's not what it was. I don't think that was the intent.
No, I mean really, that's what it was. That's why we have that branch to argue for and against laws based upon
new laws.
Intent. Yeah,
yeah, based. I guess
that's
why
certain things are ruled either constitutional or unconstitutional.
I guess the founders should have written down their fucking intent and left it with the Supreme Court before they all fucking bounced out.
Well, in theory, that's the way the laws are supposed to be written, but everything still has some ambiguity. For instance, the fact that we're still arguing about what the Second Amendment means.
Right. What defines a well-regulated militia? Or did they mean just individuals can keep an armory in their basements? Looking at you, Irongeek.
Well, that was mostly because of my uncle passing away, and now I have an armory. I sold most of it, but damn, I still got enough. I want to get out that M1 Garand, not M1 Garand, no, sorry, the M1 carbine. I have an M1 Garand also. I'm not looking forward to shooting it because I know the whole M1, the Garand thumb, because you got to put the clip in there, and it really is a clip. And my thing, you don't put it in right and get your thumb out of the way, it will pinch it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't even know what the clips are for it, though. I don't know if we even found any of those. I might need to buy some of those. I know my uncle had to have some around. But yeah, I sold my uncle's house this last Friday, so that's now no longer part of the family. But I mean, it's like one of those things. I can't keep everything, you know. Also, my uncle's big ass 6 foot tall safe is gone. Somehow or another, definitely found a way to haul that off and sell it to somebody. Hopefully, she got a decent price for it. I have to think later on about money. Hey, Howie.
You haven't sold the safe yet, or you're selling the safe?
The safe is it must be sold because it's not in the house.
You said it's not sold.
Is the safe there?
It must be sold because it's not in the house.
Unless you put an advertisement on Craigslist, free if you can pull it out, like I did with my pool table back in the day.
Oh shit!
Those guys were pissed.
Yeah, I would like to have a pool table, man, but I don't have a place to put one.
Oh, you said you must sell this. You must sell it, or it must be sold.
It's been sold. It's not in the house, so I know Stephanie must have sold it.
Gotcha.
I don't see Stephanie keeping it in our own house in Corden, Indiana. You know, just for temporary storage. You must have found a way of selling it.
Yeah, why not?
It was a nice safe too. I had no idea what the combination was. Luckily, well, it sounds morbid to say this. Luckily, when Uncle passed away, he had left it unlocked, which kind of misses the point of the safe. But I didn't have to
Just
pick the
turn
lock.
it aside and put a vibrator on it.
That may have worked.
Wait, what? What about vibrator?
Also bypass this. There's a guy DerbyCon.
That's
his name. Brad. Was it? What's the guy's name? He did a thing on gun safes.
I can't remember that.
And he basically
any combination. I guess it's any combination lock with the wafers like that.
And a vibrator will bypass it.
Yeah, so you turn it on its side. You have to know which side the bar is at that's connected to the dial. You turn it on the side to where that's at the top or bottom. I can't remember exactly. And he used like one of those jitterbug sanders or like a vibrating sander. And you put it in there, and basically what happens is there's a notch cut in the wafers, and that's lighter than everything else, and everything will just settle to where the notch is up, and the bar will fall in, and then you can unlock it.
I'm now looking at a vibrator on Amazon. Thank you very much for adding this to my list.
I'm not going to ask.
It needs to be a pretty strong vibrator.
He's going to
watch this. He's going to order a Hitachi.
Why not? Damn it!
There's good talk on safe cracking, like gun safes and so forth are Dubicon free by a guy named Jeff Popio, Popio. It currently has, well, only 972 views, despite the fact that it was Dubicon 3. We've been doing this for a while. It's hard to believe that Dubicon's been going that long. Shit.
Was it now?
Well, we just had 7.
7? Yeah, we just had 7?
Yeah, 8's the next one.
Dude, I'm already looking at Hitachi's. What the fuck?
I really don't want to think about you writing Hitachi, Ari.
Oh shit! Sorry.
That's some warp shit. All right, but
What are
could
you
something
gonna yell at me
matter?
for degeneracy?
Could something matter in the show notes is current state regarding net neutrality in the U.S. And like I say, I have mixed feelings about it. I'm generally for deregulation in general. However, I know there's been a few abuses in the past, but it's not the world's ending shit that I think a lot of people are making it out to be. And I also saw some interesting news about what is it, Mia Khalifa outing that FCC
Ajit Pai.
because apparently the FCC guy, Indian gentleman, had asked her out on a date.
No. He asked her out for a cup of coffee. And
Was that what it was?
See where it went from there.
Oh no.
Oh no. I mean, I totally wouldn't ask Mia Khalifa out for a cup of coffee. I never would do that.
Wait, she's cute. She's very hot. I think
I wouldn't. I wouldn't because she outs people and then people have outed her for sliding in their DMs. So no, I wouldn't.
Oh wait. Oh, what is she sliding in other people's DMs for?
I think it was like an NBA player. She tried to slide in his DMs and then he outed her for it.
Oh shit. I'm sorry. At the risk of, and OK Ultra can slap me later for saying this, I don't know if I could date a sex worker.
Dude, I think OK
Yeah,
Ultra
that'd be
probably would slap you for that, but still.
I guess it would depend on the type of sex work they're doing.
Well, in her case,
I would have
pornographic actress.
and
Yeah, I don't know if
I would do a porn star.
I don't know. That'd be a little weird. You know.
Oh no, you guys are lucky this is fucking live because otherwise I'd say some shit. Until then, I got to keep my mouth shut.
But she is incredibly cute.
I have to ask, have you dated a porn star?
No,
Maybe.
I can think of 2 from Louisville. So
and it wasn't them.
okay. Audrey Harlander and something blue.
It's Cody Lane.
Oh, Cody Lane. Yes, thank you. There was Cody Lane and Audrey Harlander is
That's the one. Oh.
what I can think of from Louisville.
But no, I have never dated a porn star ever in my life.
Well, apparently, that Cody
Ever.
Lane lady's performing at the Rustic Frog over here in on the Indiana side of the river near the casino.
Wait. The Rustic Frog?
Yeah.
There's a strip club called the Rustic Frog. I've never actually been there.
Have you ever thought about putting a Pepe on the side of it?
No, there's already one there.
There is?
Oh, nice.
Yeah, Jack's like, I already put it there a long time ago.
All right, someone asked if we should have Festivus in here. We have to have an airing of grievances. So everybody air your grievances. We'll start with Ari because he's on my. Well, we'll start with Ari, then Jack, then James because that's the order I see you on my screen.
Okay, so I have a very big fucking grievance to point out here, and this is one I haven't opened up about in the past. What's the deal with airline food, man?
I've never had airline food. I've only had the snacks.
ALM airline food is good, but god damn it, there are a lot of airlines that have shitty airline food.
There's only like 3 airlines.
See, I've never had airline foods. I don't know how. I can't emote with you, man. I just don't know what it's like. I've only had like the snacks, like the pretzels and the peanuts and shit. And that's pretzels and peanuts.
You know what? I got another grievance to air.
What's that?
the InfoSec community in general seems to me like, whoa, it seems to me like it's lost its fucking spirit. I mean, it's like, it used to be all about hacking all the things and all that shit. And now it's like, oh, well, if it's not buzzword compliant, fuck you.
Okay. Jack, how would you air some grievances?
Damn, where the fuck do I start? I can't. Let's see here. Well, that bitch ass motherfucker Ajit Pai for looking to his own pockets for his former employer, because once his term is up, I'm sure he's going to be welcomed back with open arms and blowjobs. But
I think he's going to be getting a lot more in blowjobs.
oh,
Mark my words, he's going to be welcomed back. There's going to be an orgy every day in his office.
And other than that, I have no other grievances because, well, I can't air anyone out.
Okay. James, how about you?
Not a whole lot of issues.
Okay. I'll air a grievance. Dumb motherfucker is saying I support or endorse shit that happened in Charlottesville because, one, I posted a link to explain why white nationalism is increasing because of various, shit people are saying, like in BuzzFeed and MTV, that's very anti-white, and why I can understand why those are certain white people who are getting pissy about it and increasing it. And also, suppose I endorsed it because a friend of his, who claims the alt-right shot, I supposedly defended it. No, what I said was my understanding was self-defense. Supposedly the alt-right shot this motherfucker, but the people who actually shot him was a mixed-race couple. It was the wife of a mixed-race couple who were going to event to see a gay man with a black fiance give a talk. That doesn't sound very alt-right to me.
Oh, no, it's totally alt-right. Don't you know? They said it is, so it must be.
I'm like, is the alt-right, my understanding, at least with the modern version of it, what we consider alt-right at this particular time period, the term is so misused and all over the place, aren't exactly into race mixing, my understanding. So, since the couple that ended up shooting him, and it was the wife of the couple, is mixed race, I have a hard time categorizing those two as alt-right. Also, the guy got shot was a male feminist who's also a communist, and communists have killed more people in the 20th century than pretty much any other ideology out there. And the guy was obviously there to throw down and start some shit. Then again, so was the couple, based on a few Facebook messages. But the whole idea that he was completely innocent and didn't do nothing wrong, I'm like, not so much.
I don't know. I mean, I agree with Crooked Asterix when he says that the alt-right is just a slur for anyone who's not left-wing these days.
They use that way.
Yeah, because I mean, I've been labeled as alt-right, and I'm like, I'm black, and I don't really agree with conservatives completely. There's some points I can see, but I don't go there.
Yeah, the term has been thrown around by everybody. Anybody to the left of Lenin, to the right of Lenin has been called alt-right. It used to
Anybody
be.
that's not
It used to be
crazily agreeing with them.
There used to be a good article on. I know people hate Breitbart, but it actually seemed to have the best definition for alt-right. It was different sub-fractions at one time. It was written by Alum Bacardi and Milo Yiannopoulos. People love him. And it broke things down in several categories. But over time, after that certain event that happened, where Richard Spencer started doing the Nazi salute at a conference, the alt-right has pretty much been as similar, tied to white nationalism. Before that, there were some people who might at least play with the idea of being alt-right and basically meant a conservative, but not one of the mainstream conservatives. But at this particular juncture in time, the term is pretty much synonymous with someone who's an ethno-nationalist, someone who wants a nation state for their particular race.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, I don't see that shit happening either, man. The funny thing is that there's multiple races that want that.
You know, I'm just gonna say this right now. Ethno-nationalism is fucking stupid, period.
You have to re-say that because you got garbled there.
Ethno-nationalism is fucking moronic. Does that answer your question?
That works, yeah. Yeah, I don't see how it's going to happen, and I don't really see a whole lot of a point in it.
Dude, I'm gonna say this right now. You can't control your genetics. Not yet, anyway. And bang who you want to bang, be who you want to be with, do what you want to do as long as you aren't hurting.
I can largely get behind that. Okay, so that was our airing of grievances. Next up, we have to do feats of strength.
Pizza strength?
No, feats of strength. You ever watch Seinfeld?
Oh, nope.
All right, you know who to. All right, look at the title for this particular. Pardon me. This particular hangout.
Festivus for the rest of us? I've heard
Yes.
of Festivus.
You never heard of Festivus?
I have. I have heard of Festivus.
All right.
I've never watched Seinfeld, though.
Yeah, I don't watch much of it either. All right. Let's see what we got here. That's only 115 pounds, so this will be the feats of strength for me. Just to get a little exercise in and not drop any weights on my freaking laptop. Y'all carry on the conversation.
You gotta do some bench presses.
I don't know. I mean, I feel that the only solution for the alt-right or for white nationalism is to look at it from the perspective of the movie Bulworth. We just all need to start fucking until we're the same color.
That works for me.
I agree.
I don't know
I
if
completely
it's
agree.
possible. I don't know if that's possible.
Over enough time is possible. All right.
No, I'm saying like, so genetically, like, even like within quote unquote black people and Hispanic people and white people and even Asian people, nobody's the same exact skin tone.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. I mean, it's just a joke that we're all the same.
Dude, it's just fucking melanin town. What the fuck?
But no. I've met black people that are light skinned that don't like very dark skinned black people. Like that's how crazy people are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people all together. Like it doesn't matter what race you are. Like fucking, we're gonna find something to nitpick about the other people that don't look exactly like us.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's not going to take a long time, but over time, I think we're all going to eventually merge back together into slightly brown, slightly yellow, pinkish-looking thing.
No, I think we'll continue the three main colors, I guess.
I'm just going to say this right now.
Because
I'm really going to say this right now, and OK Ultra would probably slap me for this. I'd totally bang OK Ultra, okay? I mean, seriously, I'd totally bang her.
No, she'd fuck you. I don't know what you're on.
You know what? I'd be okay with that. I would totally be okay with her strap-on up my ass. I would be Impact very welcoming of that. I'm just saying.
I like OK Ultra, but I don't think I'd be down for that. But if you are, that's
right.
God bless. I
just wouldn't say that publicly.
She's a very pretty lady, but I'm exit only. Thank you very much. But if you can proposition her and she's in down, you know, that's luck to you. I know there's a few women outside my race who I'm very interested in, but they're not necessarily interested back in me. So,
right.
And that also has to do with the fact that I'm getting old and I'm getting fat. But
hey, Pop.
I'm not one of these fat acceptance motherfuckers. I realize I'm fat because I eat and drink too much.
That does it every time.
Yes, it does.
Did you guys see Mark Hamill and fucking Ted Cruz got?
All right,
yeah, I saw the Mark Hamill stuff. I saw that. That was awesome.
Well, oh, Adrian timed out. It looks like.
I'm still here. James, tell us what happened with the whole Ted Cruz and Mark Hamill thing.
I guess Mark Hamill freaking was throwing a fit about. Oh, he told I can't remember the dude's name, but the guy that's in charge of the FCC that he's not worthy to. Yeah, he's not worthy to hold a fucking lightsaber or call himself a Jedi because Jedi sacrifice themselves for the greater good of people or whatever. And then here comes Ted Cruz saying some shit about how Mark Hamill doesn't understand net neutrality and something's hard and it's fucking. I have to go find the thread. It was. They both got in a couple good punches though. It was good times. But if you look it up on the news,
I'm just going to say this right now. I still believe Ted Cruz is the Zodiac Killer.
I doubt it.
Yeah,
That's the joke.
He probably has two brain cells.
That's probably also, fucking Hillary Clinton. Oh.
Actually, no. Someone actually did a cryptanalysis and figured out exactly who the Zodiac Killer is. The guy's been dead since '93, dude.
No, did they ever crack the crypto? I don't.
Yes.
My last thing was it was never cracked.
Yeah. It was cracked about 3-4 weeks ago. As in, like, somebody actually cracked it 3-4 weeks ago and posted it on Reddit.
Are we sure?
Okay, I'm reading the text messages. Sorry, the messages in chat. The alt-right is just a slur for anyone not on the left wing these days. This is some crooked asterisks. I don't think Richard Spencer ever did the Nazi salute. I'm pretty sure I've seen the video. I'll look it up in a second. As sheet pie. And let's see. Google this. Oh, hell. I'm afraid to Google this. Let's see what happens. I'll be stupid and give this a shot. Ted Cruz on Twitter. Ben Saz. And let's see. Oh. Ted Cruz posted some weird cryptic code thing. Shit. I don't know what that is. All right, let me look up Richard Spencer and see about that, whether or not he actually did that Nazi salute thing, because I'm pretty sure I've seen that before. I occasionally check our chats to make sure we keep our audience happy. There was one fucker that once said, cut the alt-right shit, and we weren't even playing alt-right shit. We were playing some stuff from, granted, a guy from InfoWars, but it wasn't exactly alt-right shit. Let me see. Y'all can continue while I try to find this video.
Allow me to make my stance on the actual alt-right as in the Nazis and not just the, oh, you're alt-right bullshit.
All right,
Fuck
Nazis. Right. Nazis are left. Socialist. Nazis are socialist. That's left.
You're not wrong.
That's what alt-right means. The alternative right is left. There's only one alternative to right.
All right, let me see it.
Left.
This is a suspensive video. I think.
No, there are three alternatives. They're also
up and down. Up and down isn't
yeah.
a political. Up and down isn't a political method or ideology.
All right, I don't see
my
left and right. I have a point. I don't see Spencer doing it. I see the people in the audience doing it. So I don't know if Spencer ended up doing it.
No one will honor us for losing gracefully.
All right.
Great crimes committed against them. For us, it is conquer.
I'm trying to see if he actually does it, because I may have been wrong and just thinking about the people who were watching the speech doing it. Regardless, it was very bad optics, and that's what kind of cemented the term alt-right to definitely to mean white nationalist.
Just that they are leftists. Not just that many are genuine.
I don't watch all of this. Come on, fast forward. Give me something.
Way around. Validation. All of they decided to dump opening up for
Okay. To the gentleman in the comments, crooked asterisks. You may very well be right. I may stand corrected. It may not have been him doing the Nazi salute. It may have been people in the audience.
I'm going to tell you this regardless. Fuck Nazis.
Yeah. Especially those really hot ones in the tall boots. Say what you will. Those Hugo Boss outfits were pretty hot.
Nazi dominatrix. Fuck it. Why not?
There is a whole fetish out there for the Nazi dominatrix woman. If you look up Nazi fetish, there is a whole group of people.
I fucking know. If I remember correctly, actually a Grand Prix, some head honcho at the Grand Prix or FIFA got caught in a Nazi dominatrix scene.
Yeah. Oh, Crooked Ashley says, not that I'm defending Richard Spencer, which I understand. Apparently he may be. It seems like he's probably right that it wasn't actually Spencer doing the. I feel it also referred to as like the Roman salute. It may have been just the people in the audience. Then again, there might also be video out there of Spencer doing it. Going for this video anymore, if I hear any claims of anything, I pretty much want to see a video of someone doing it before I believe it.
And then with them saying in their voice, "I'm doing this."
Right.
Yeah, man. As CGI gets better and better and cheaper for people to do in their own home, you'll get to the point where you can't trust anything.
I'm going to tell you this right now. There are multiple times, including with some people that you know, where I really wish I had recorded some shit they were saying.
We'll always be recording.
Now,
You know that whole Lindsay Shepard thing? Lindsay Shepard, when she had the whole thing with L'Oreal University, where they got on her ass about playing a video clip from Jordan Peterson?
yeah, I know.
Oh, shit.
One person in particular, you guys all probably know, who really did something incredibly stupid, let's put it like that. I'll discuss that off air.
Yeah, in this case, L'Oreal, she was wanting to show Jordan B. Peterson a clip from some over the terrestrial air Canadian show talking about gender pronouns, and she got huge shit because she wasn't allowed to play that video apparently without getting having to denounce Peterson before even playing the video. And it's a really Aurelian thing if you look it up. But look up damn it, what is her name? New World Hominid, I think is a Twitter handle. But Lindsay Shepard is the lady's name. But it's some pretty fucked up shit, and she luckily, surreptitiously recorded the meeting, and oh man, she just blew away the people that were in the meeting with her. F1 boss Max Mosley leads to Nazi orgy. Okay, Fodder 12. I'm gonna look up what the hell you're talking.
You know what?
The one that was caught in a Nazi orgy.
Oh, okay. I had no idea what this guy.
Nazi themed orgy or an orgy with Nazis?
Probably Nazi themed orgy.
Yeah, because he was born in 1940. If he was in a Nazi orgy, he would have been, well, so young that it makes it even more disgusting than the Nazi part.
Well, if he was in the womb during the fucking Nazi period, he might have been in an orgy, and who knows?
He was born in 1940, dude.
Well, the Nazis were around in the 30s, dude.
No, well, never mind.
I'm not wrong.
I'm saying he would have been a. Never mind. I don't want to think about it. No, thank you. I'm fine with like a hot chick in like thigh highs and a whip, spanking somebody. If that's a thing. But yeah, I'm not gonna bring. Yeah, nah. Let's keep this shit.
What? Do you not see this coming?
All right.
Oh man.
What was that? The next thing in subject is WannaCry, attributed to North Korea by Tom Bassett. And I don't know much about this particular story. Y'all know more about this story?
I could swear it was malware tech in the GitHub with the goddamn. It was definitely. No, I was gonna say the cyber potato, but
This is like attribution clue.
Why not?
I do have a set of attribution dice someplace, and they're pretty fucking cool.
So do I.
I don't remember who was giving them out.
Whoop! Fuck that.
What's up? Hey, how goes it?
Let's go. Okay, someone added a bunch of stuff to the show notes. Was that you?
I saw that. No, I didn't add all that.
Whoever it was that isn't on the cast, they added a bunch of shit to the show notes. All I know, the credit is like little O dot space big O. If I remember how it was written out.
Mm-hmm.
It's freaking weird. They don't even have like a real name I can look at and see who it was.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So, well, we're here anyway. We're live. Welcome everybody that's on the thread. If you're on the YouTube thread, howdy, happy Wednesday, happy holidays. I hope everybody's excited about the Christmas holidays. I'm such a big kid at this time.
I'll be spending my Christmas on a damn airplane.
Hey, at least you're flying the friendly skies. Woohoo!
This is the person.
Yeah, man.
Actually, like, what is it? That's 0 dot space 0.
Listen, I don't do resolution. I believe in taking all negative situations and making them into positive. Boom.
At least you didn't land in Atlanta at 2:05 p.m. on Sunday.
Yeah, that's
Hey. What happens when you land the day after Christmas in a foreign country?
I don't know. You probably get arrested and freaking stuck in a prison and come back brain dead.
Or you just drink what they drink and just have some fun and do.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, that's what you
Move on! Yeah!
You hear everybody else chant, you start chanting it too.
Yeah, Prime Stick got stuck in the whole Atlanta power outage thing, which is weird. You'd think they had more redundancy down there.
No, really? They cut corners.
So
Actually, I heard
apparently,
from reports that it might be ICS.
It was like
happened.
They got caught in that shit. Because I can't remember the other gentleman's name. One
What
of them
happened was
and James.
Apparently the room where the switch that's supposed to go to for the failover for the backups,
right?
That's the room that caught on fire, which is probably the room with all the fucking switches, because let's just put it all right here, and hey, as long as this room doesn't catch on fire, we're all right.
Yay.
I think it's more like what Jack said. They cut corners, not so much I don't think there's a conspiracy. I think the real conspiracy is that fucking contractors do everything they can to fucking save a penny.
Mm-hmm.
I think
what I mean?
you're right. The conspiracy is clearly they fucked up.
No, it's not contractors. It's architect.
Government, architect, government, yeah, whoever it is. You get too with the way just the retarded way our government does its budget. Here's my grievance, I guess. Right, the retarded way our government does its budget is you have to get at least 3 fucking quotes, and you pick the cheapest motherfucker. Right? Get 3 quotes and pick the guy in the middle. That way, at least you might get some okay shit. Pick the guy that's the cheapest, and it's going to be fucking garbage.
Bro, you are preaching to the choir, my man. That's
I've driven by Home Depot, and I need 2 Mexicans that can paint, and they jumped in, and I paid them $20, and it was a shit paint job.
You didn't scream out, I need 2 Mexicans that can paint, did you?
Yeah, that's what you do.
Oh my God.
I don't think they understand.
Where?
I was in Southern California, man. I grew up in Southern California.
Are you kidding? My roof was put on by Mexicans.
But no, sometimes you get a good deal. Sometimes it's shit.
I mean, it started off with 2 of them, and then I went back in the house, and I came back, and it was 10 of them, and they were popping and laying it down at the same time. So
you know what? I'm done. Just reckless behavior.
I haven't ran into any Mexicans that were offended by you calling them a Mexican. Now, if you call them a Puerto Rican or a Cuban or some shit like that, they get a little pissed off.
I'll be like,
and vice versa.
That's when they get pissed.
Puerto Rican a Mexican. You call a Puerto Rican a Mexican, and some shit's about to go down.
Or a Cuban. I am not the Mexican.
Or a Cuban. Right? Basically, you call any person something that they're not, and look out.
Mm-hmm.
Or a Sicilian. Don't ever make the mistake of calling a Sicilian woman a Mexican. Holy shit. Or an Italian.
Mm. She will beat you.
You'll get fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
You'll get fucked up.
And she'll be talking to you in the lingo while she's beating.
I don't know if you ever met a Sicilian woman, but whew, they got some tempers, man.
Mm.
That's not a stereotype. That's a fact.
I'm thinking about Italian women. So Italian is like
turn on,
right?
I mean,
Rican woman.
from what she screamed at me, apparently Italian and Sicilians are the same.
Okay.
Wow.
Get her a bed.
Yeah, that could be dangerous.
Like, look, motherfucker, how am I supposed to know where you're from? Shit, you're standing in America.
All
I said was, are you Italian?
It's okay. We know Joe McBastard.
Was that?
I called you a McBastard. That way we offend
Right.
all the ethnicities. We don't keep it to like one racial group. We keep it to all ethnicities.
I'm a fucking potato farmer.
Like, for instance, I am my ethnicities are part kraut, part frog, part limey, part sheep fucker, part Jaime, and part manifest destiny speed bump, though that didn't come up in the genetic testing.
Just another day or two. Yeah.
So, you know, anybody? I think Charles joined us as we start up the WannaCry thing. So, anybody know anything more story about North Korea being behind WannaCry? Now, I always think of North Korea as being backwards, but then again, it doesn't take a lot to pay someone with the knowledge to be able to do it.
Oh, of course not. Wasn't there a DEF CON talk about that? Like, what?
I thought it was.
Like the guy said, like the guy just did a scenario like what would happen if, you know, North Korea kidnapped him and made him want to attack the US. What would it take?
What would it take, as in like a hypothetical?
Yeah, it was like a hypothetical, and then he photoshopped himself in several photos with him and Kim Jong.
I don't know.
$5 wrench would work.
Yeah.
Half a Bitcoin.
Actually, did you see my tweet about Bitcoin? Because I guess North Korea has been blamed for the last couple of Bitcoin thefts. My new theory is that Bitcoin was written and invented by the United States Navy. The CIA stole it, and now they're purposely artificially inflating Bitcoin, so North Korea will invest a bunch into it, and then try and buy a bunch of shit from China and Russia, and then default on payments because they're going to crash Bitcoin.
Huh. Interesting.
Hey.
So the United States gets rid of North Korea because China and fucking Russia are gonna go fuck him up, and we're gonna be like, hey, knock it off. All right, is he dead? All right, cool, get out of here.
You know what the end result of an attack on North Korea would be?
Do what?
You know what would happen if the North Korean government were destroyed?
Nothing. We would have less news about North Korea.
A lot of humanitarian issues, let's put it like that. You've got millions of people who are going to need to be reintegrated into society and de-brainwashed.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't just yeah. You know, just kind of gotta write that off.
Well, it creates a vacuum, but are they going to eventually be in a better place? Because you always have to deal with the shitstorm before you can fix it. That's just unfortunately how shit works.
This is true.
As long as the dick potato doesn't get back in there.
Right, but unfortunately our government doesn't think those steps through, and well, they go full bore into a situation and not think about a plan.
They'll wind up doing the same shit they did in Africa and just fuck everybody.
And that's what I was thinking too. Is, you know, Africa wasn't exactly planned out either, but. I can't read anything that's in chats right now because I'm driving, so I don't know if that was in our chat room or not.
That's what I don't get, the whole Africa thing. Like, I guess at World War I, we did kind of the same thing trying to help Europe, and figured out that, hey, just handing people fucking money and shit is not a good idea.
Yeah,
It doesn't work.
That's the same thing. We gotta be really careful with charity too. Is there's ways that you can structure things to help, but just randomly handing out funding, or it can be. But unfortunately,
Well,
honestly, best case scenario would be North Koreans people rise up against their own government, because then it happens like our revolution did, where it's from the inside up, and then they can build their own structure.
I don't see that
But
happening.
you'll get another dictator.
well, that's what I'm
Get
saying.
another
That's
dictator.
most likely, to be honest, the U.S. got pretty damn lucky that we ended up in the situation that we ended up in.
Yeah.
Because that could have gone horrible, because then again, I think
If it wasn't for George Washington, we would have a dictator.
which is very possible.
Because they offered George Washington the position of king, and he turned it down and told them they needed to
I
fucking
think
figure
there's some
something else out.
philosophical to
No,
that.
I thought it was something else, but
There was. I think there's a whole lot of stuff that went together. I just think that we got the founding fathers we ended up with. We got very lucky with, because that could have. Yeah, and he's right. We could have ended up with a dictator. We could have had someone else that would have taken advantage of the power.
oh, you mean like Samuel Adams, who was president of
the beer guy?
Yes, the
Yeah,
beer guy.
Brewer, patriot, firebrand revolutionary.
that he was president of the Continental Congress from like almost all the way up until when sorry, I keep choking.
What you choking on?
Uh-oh.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
But in the long run, but I'm saying in the long run, we ended up a lot better than we could, because we've had other, it's not like we ended up with like killing fields in Cambodia, or like Che Guevara, or it could have, or Hitler. It could have been bad. There could have been an uprising, and it could have actually been like really bad. So
Well, I
at the
think
moment, we're not. But that, like I said, unfortunately, you got to kind of go through a lot of shit before you get there. And by the time the revolution happened, that was like probably close to 10 to 15 years in planning, and then before that, people were getting fed up for a long time. And
I don't think the revolution was planned. I think it they hit their limit, really, is what happened.
Well, that's what I'm saying. No, there was a degree of work, because they tried on multiple occasions to talk with England. And then multiple occasions, ambassadors had been sent back and forth from the colonies trying to fix the problems that they were having. And, and then eventually, yes, it finally did come to a boiling point, but they made the attempt to do it via the process they had first. And when the process they had was not working, that's when it came to the boiling point. So no, there was years and years they tried to do it the way they were supposed to, by sending ambassadors, by trying to talk to their leaders, by doing and eventually that's what led to the revolution. But it wasn't just like one day everyone woke up and said, "Fuck this shit! I'm sick of being overtaxed. I'm gonna go throw some tea all
wasn't my argument.
Yeah.
So basically, there is an argument out there that essentially King George III, being as obtuse as he was one of the major driving factors of the revolution, because if he had, the principal issue was England wanted to tax us to raise the money that they were in debt for defending the colonies during the French and Indian War. And the colonists weren't per se opposed to that taxation, but
it was the way it was done.
If we're going to be taxed, we want to have seats in Parliament. We want to be able to have a say in the government of the empire. And that was the big point.
Representation.
No,
precisely.
Exactly, and that was their problem. Is if they had given a little bit, because how we even see this nowadays with our own stuff. If there's a little bit of a give, if you give a little bit of loose, then people will calm down. That's why a lot of this shit that you see that goes on, we're still getting shit on a lot of ways, but they'll try to give a little bit of something just to get a crumb. But and that was part of it. Is Parliament at that point just said no, fuck that shit. You don't need anyone. And I think, and if I remember correctly, there was also quite a few issues with the governors that were placed here. So it wasn't, there was buyouts even back then, and bribery and all kinds of other shit that was going on.
Well, corruption has existed in politics since people have had politics.
Since the beginning. So there's always been.
There's also a theory that if you look at the risings, as they're called in British history, of the Scottish and Irish risings, those occur at about they occur at regular intervals historically.
Yeah, it's every couple. Yeah, every so many generations.
Every 40 years or so.
Mm-hmm.
But every couple generations, you see this. And if you line them up, the American Revolution, which the colonies had a large population of Irish and Scots-Irish and all like that because of the indentured servitude policies. So basically, it could be considered the next Celtic rising against the British.
We can't help it! I'm coming up on 38 next year. There's going to be some arse kicking. Yeah, you kind of hit it. It's an Irish midlife crisis. Oh yeah, I went there.
You need to buy a rifle there, Mary, so you can do the hedgerow shot.
Oh my god. What?
I said you need to buy a rifle so you can do the hedgerow shot. As the
look, I have a rifle. I live on a farm. Wait. Remember, you guys were talking about area grievances. Then you're going to be feats of strength. Irongeek knows this. He's been to my farm. I got the party there. I own rifles. Don't be silly.
I've yet to see something that's center fire though.
I got firearms because I take out my own shit.
I know you do. I remember the skunk.
I can totally do that.
Like chilling on the couch and all of a sudden
I remember the skunk.
You pop off a couple times.
I might lose you because I'm coming to that dead zone. I haven't already lost you.
In the hill country of Indiana there.
Yeah, there's a dip here. It's like between two cell towers, and I don't know if it's going to buffer it enough to keep you.
Reception's not real good out in Mary's neck of the woods.
Nope. That's why I always bring all my ham radios.
Yeah.
Ham.
Oh, see, that's the problem. Is you're currently stuffed in my visor because I can't be looking at you because I'm driving. So that was Nightshade talking. Yes, you damn well know that I shoot shit. So.
We need to be safe. We don't want to have a. Oh shoot! Yeah, man.
Oh, I lost people.
Yep. Oh my god, I'm just so happy it's Wednesday. I don't know what to do. I love.
Do we have multiple people on the stream driving?
Maybe.
Is all that road noise just Mary's truck?
That might be my truck. It's a loud truck. I'm sorry. I can try to mute it or something.
No, that's okay. It just sounded like there was like multiple background noise, and I was kind of.
Charles was speaking a second ago, but Charles is kind of muffled.
Okay, maybe that was it.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, for whatever reason, Charles' volume was awfully low.
No, or
it's still awfully low.
We need more gain, Charles.
Do I need more gain? How about now?
It's better.
No, boost it again. Boost it.
Boost it.
That's a little better.
That's what I'm talking about. I gotta put a hand up and crank up the internet. I'm glad that I love talking to you every week. Highlight of my weekday. Now that's win on Mary's side.
Yeah. Let me mute May for just a second and see how Charles sounds. Oh, she already muted herself. Charles?
Yeah, that win was serious.
Yeah, now I can hear you a lot better, Charles.
Yeah, it's the wind. The wind just took my breath away.
I hate when that happens.
Well, let's keep going through the show notes because someone was nice enough to add a bunch of show notes, but they're apparently not on the cast. I don't know. B bulletin unpatched remote code execution. I hadn't heard anything about this. Anybody else think about V-Bulletin having an unpatched remote code execution vulnerability?
I haven't.
Let me check my email.
I see if somebody put something about WannaCry and.
Yep, supposedly somebody's tying it back to the Koreans.
Yeah.
I'm skeptical of that.
The Koreans do everything.
Yep.
I thought it was the Russians and then the Chinese.
Next thing
No,
you know,
now it's the Koreans.
next is going to be the Canadians. They did it.
See, the Canadians, I could believe. There's some shifty motherfuckers up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shifty.
It's not racist if we make fun of Canadians, right?
Yeah, that's okay. The Caucasian, we can make fun of them as much as we want. In general.
and you can make fun of the Quebecois twice as much because nobody likes them.
Oh, yes. Okay. Well, they're all Canadians. So those like First Nations people, they're not Caucasian. And then those Black Canadians, which my son, that's the term they use is Black Canadians. Apparently The Rock's dad is Black Canadian.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
His mom is Samoan.
Okay.
Why don't everybody just say American or Canadian? Like, why do we gotta freaking
America? Fuck yeah!
Now, I will say this. I do like the Canadian term when they say that there's the First Peoples, the First Nations, because like that's actually descriptive without being redundant with the whole like, oh, they're Native Americans, and I'm like, yeah, so is everybody else who was born here,
right?
You know, so it's like that works. I like that term. We should adopt it. That's my attitude.
Pretty much. Right, kiddo?
So my phone shut the mic off on me. So in Canada, it's actually extremely respectful because I lived up there for like close to 6 months, and when you talk to the Canadians about that, they hold them in a very high esteem because they tried very hard to be extremely respectful of First Nations and First Peoples, and the First Nations and First Peoples in Canada are held up to a little bit different. To kind of an almost revered standard, it seems, in a lot of at least they attempt to, from what I've understood, compared to the U.S., where it really is shit here. It's sad. I mean, I guess you get kind of hit and miss. Some have done better business management with the casino perks, but then there's an awful lot of other people that are basically in slums. So it's a mess. I think we fucked an awful lot of shit up, honestly, with too many handouts, because there has to be some sort of a happy medium. Because the problem, if you do too many handouts, that's the whole thing with like when you end up with bad charity. If you do too many handouts, then people don't want to support themselves anymore, and then they end up just staying in a bad area, a bad position.
All right, so no one knows much about this V-Bulletin board unpatched RCE. I have no note in here. Someone's talking about BGP hijacking. I had to correct the spelling of hijacking. Google's, Facebook's, Apple's, and Microsoft's traffic was redirected through Russia, according to this quick blurb in here. I hadn't heard any of this news. Anybody else?
I have not.
Whoever edited the show notes, thank you very much, but it might help if you join so you can actually discuss the subject with us.
So here's the CVE for V-Bulletin. Apparently, there's an unauthenticated deserialization vulnerability that leads to arbitrary file deletion and under certain circumstances, code execution because of unsafe usage of PHP's unserialized and V-Bulletin library templates. Cache templates
one
function.
of the chats, and I'll put it into the show notes.
The Department of Homeland Security is providing this.
Yes. So copy. And, thank you.
Yeah, but it was released 3 days earlier from. It was released 3 days earlier from on full disclosure. And I believe it's going to be
what? Sexual harassment panda?
I'll sexually harass your panda.
Okay.
I said,
Bring it, baby. Yes, you did.
yeah, I never know what you're gonna be down for, Howie. Now that I know that you're willing to take a strap on from OK Ultra, I'm like,
Pat my head, daddy. Just like B-size charm.
oh hell, let's not go back. I'm going back to there here in a couple months. I actually, originally I couldn't. Then something moved, and I could make that one. I'm sad I'm not going to be able to make CypherCon this year because I made the first two, but this year they gave me one set of dates, then they moved it without telling me, and now the new dates conflict with B-Sides Nashville, so I can't make it.
Well, I missed one CC. I missed one CCC this year. Now it looks like I'm probably going to the other one. Fuck it.
Wait, which CCC did you miss? As in Circle City Con or Chaos Computer Camp?
Okay, I missed 2 of 3. How's that sound?
That still doesn't tell me much.
Chaos Communication Congress, 34C3.
Okay.
Which is the reason why I will not be on the cast, or will only be on for a few minutes next cast.
Because they don't have Wi-Fi in Germany?
Because I'll be surrounded by Antifa in Germany. Does that answer your question?
Surrounded by what?
Yeah, I was going to say that was garbled.
Antifa.
Did you say Antifa?
Yeah, there's a lot of them at CCC.
Oh, you mean Antifa?
Antifa.
Yeah.
Okay, copy that now.
Those crazy fuckers. Oh.
Yeah, there's more crazy motherfuckers out over in Germany for what I've seen. They still more shit, and can't really consider Antifa a coherent group. I really don't think there's much organization between chapters in various locations, but yeah.
Antifa, the problem is a lot of people go way beyond well, like that. I mean, I understand where they're coming from, and I agree with what they're fighting for. I just disagree with them. Frankly.
Well, since generally Antifa also means anarcho-communist, I'm not into that shit, man. First of all, anarcho-communism. How do you do communism without a state to redistribute the wealth? Not that
it makes absolutely zero sense.
You're still kind of garbled. What was that?
Anarcho-communism makes absolutely zero sense.
Yeah, exactly.
I think they're trying to less of communism and more of a commune.
Well, then go off in the woods, buy yourself some land, do that shit, and leave the rest of us alone.
Right. That's anarcho-communism. It's the commune. It fucking, I mean, unless everybody in the United States moves to the fucking middle someplace and all lives in the same area, but still you're going to have some sort of government form. Anarchy
I swear, I retweeted a picture like a couple days ago, which pretty much sums up my stance toward commies and tankies. As an anarchist myself, it's like, I never thought I'd die fighting side by side with a tanky. What about I put you in the gulag when this is over and call you a counter-revolutionary? Fuck, not again.
Or tacky?
Tanky.
What's a tanky?
You don't know what a tanky is? It's a commie. It's
well, a very specific kind of communist who is always on board with whatever military intervention that a putative communist state determines is necessary to invade its neighbors, etc. So they would support the Soviet invasion of Hungary, the Soviet invasion of Czechoslovakia in 1968.
They would support a Soviet invasion of Ukraine, a Soviet invasion of Chernobyl, even.
See, I'm more
had that.
I'm more of a minarchist. I mean, leave the some government's necessary. I just like to be minimal.
I guess I'm a libertarian lefty is the best way to describe me.
Libertarian what?
Left-wing libertarian.
Okay, I'm more right-wing libertarian, but okay.
I just want to get high. Oh.
Amen to that, brother.
Because I got high. Because I got high. But dun dun dun.
Fucking William Randolph Hearst and Hearst Media. Yeah. Fuck those motherfuckers.
So no one knows anything about the BGP hijacking. Let's go on to number 5, work-life balance. Reading work-related emails during off hours. I do it all the time. I kind of can't get away from work totally. After 5, I don't have to be relied on to respond to them, but sometimes I do. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Well, at least you have that option. I don't.
Or you're on call all the time?
I got a call last night at 3:25 in the morning.
Yeah.
I remember getting an email when I was at my last job at 10:30 at night, being yelled at by a VP because I did a legal stop, and the client was pissed because they didn't get their report. I'm just going to say this right now. There's a line, people.
Yeah, if I'm on call, I'm expected to check my emails and respond within a timely manner.
So this is the reason why I'm working toward hopefully never having to be on call again. Living my goddamn life.
Good luck with that.
It's easy when you work for yourself, bitches.
No, it doesn't matter. That
You work
customer
for yourself,
calls,
you're on call all the time.
if that customer calls, they expect a certain level of service, or they'll pull your contract.
That's what the minions are
if you're
for.
serving the general public. Yeah, well, you gotta make enough clientele and enough money to be able to afford minions and pay all their fucking health care and all the taxes and all the fucking
like I said,
shit.
that's when working
Still buy
work,
equipment and pay for your fucking rent and electricity and water and sewage. And every time someone takes a massive shit in the bathroom and clogs that fucker up, you gotta pay for a team of plumbers to come in and fix it.
Implying it's not all remote, bitch.
Running a business isn't cheap.
Gotta spend money to make money.
I knew a guy that would start up businesses, and basically the most profitable way to run a business is start a business, break even, and start turning a profit, and then turn around and sell the fucking thing, and then start another business.
This is pretty much what Silicon Valley has been doing lately.
Right?
That's their goal, is to have the exit strategy.
But that's what this guy would do. He would just start a business, get a bunch of clientele, turn around, sell it, and he was like, take the workers, take all the equipment, here's a client list, just turn around, sell it, and sell it for, he's got about $500,000-$600,000 invested into it, and he's, made maybe $300,000 or $400,000. He turn around and sell for $3 million, and then you got to pay fucking capital gains tax on that shit, which is probably fucking ridiculous. So you walk out with like $1.5 million, if that.
There's ways that you can mitigate some of that tax liability.
I'm sure there is, but
most one I know of is it depends on how you set up your corporate structure. So, like, if you know you're going to be getting an awful lot of capital gains, because you can always, like, anybody can do this, any corporation can do this any year. You can, like, reorganize your company so that it's a chain of C corporations, and each one of those can take, like, I'm not an expert in taxes, but
So instead of selling the company and giving yourself the money, you sell the company and give your other company the money?
You basically filter the money through this chain of C corporations, and each one of them has a standard deduction. So then each one of them has, a tenth of the company, or however many, whatever. And then they're only paying, the standard corporate tax rate, which I think is going to be 21% now. So you don't get super hosed on the deal.
Right.
I mean, basically, find yourself a tax accountant ninja.
That's what I hate about taxes, man.
I hate the fact that the U.S. tax code is literally the largest single document that the human race has ever written. That's how freaking complicated it is.
What's the Constitution's like? What, 3 pages or some shit like that?
I think it's like 8, maybe, with the Bill of Rights. But yeah, it's not very long. And then the tax code, you need a freaking library if you print it out.
Jesus.
Yes, my child.
Jesus,
Not
have you
Jesus.
come?
Not Jesus.
Jesus has come. Hide the porn.
That's pretty messed up, man. The tax bill, it's just a disaster, man. I tried to read through it. I really did. And 3 hours after starting, I just gave up because it's so freaking complicated.
You just got to
And
pass it to find out what's in it.
I know. You think the guys who, you think the people who signed and said, "Yeah, we're gonna pass this shit," read it? I don't think they
Fuck
read
no.
it.
Hell
I think
no.
they read those fat endorsement checks they're getting from somebody
I don't
for
even
screwing
think they
everybody
fucking
over.
read the thing.
It favors the rich, man. It always is going to favor the rich.
Well, I mean, they're giving a lot of corporate tax breaks, which is what America needs right now, is corporate tax breaks.
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
totally
people
agree
are,
there.
but
the
a lot of people are like,
tax
oh, the
rate-
corporations are making billions of dollars. But okay,
Does
so
it need to be though? Does it need to be
Boeing.
like?
Okay, but check this out. So Boeing, $12 billion in quote unquote profit, right? So if they say they brought in, $100 billion and they only made $12 billion profit, they got to turn around and they're going to have to take some of that profit and they're going to have to put it back into the company. Not all
Well,
that. And
Ireland's giving a shit ton of tax breaks right now to corporations, and they're seeing a lot of
Yeah,
industry return.
because that's
So,
how
I mean, yeah.
That's how it
companies
works.
companies don't want to be taxed fucking 50, 60, 75%. Because then there's no fucking room to make any
The
money.
U.S. was.
That's the whole point of a fucking company, is to make money. And if you're making money and you're doing well for yourself, guess what? You're going to hire more fucking people. And if there's more competition because there's more companies that are able to hire more people, the middle class and the lower class is going to get paid more because they're going to be struggling to find people to fill those positions.
Yeah,
Now,
that makes
now
sense.
whether or not you give huge tax breaks to the fucking guy that's the CEO of Boeing, that's debatable. But corporate tax rates itself need to go down in America.
But I think some corporations we shouldn't be giving tax breaks to, like Walmart, for instance, because what they do is they don't even hire full-time workers. They hire people to work part-time. They get them close to as possible.
You realize Walmart's the world's largest corporation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And the reason why they are currently hiring part-time workers for their stores and getting them as close to full-time as possible without doing anything is because of Obamacare.
Exactly. Then they don't have to pay for health insurance.
Because it's fucking stupidly expensive under Obamacare.
It's stupidly expensive before that too, though. I mean,
right, but the price has skyrocketed after that.
Yeah, it's about a factor of 10 more than it was prior to Obamacare.
Geez, I didn't realize it was that much more.
Yeah, it went
Yeah,
fucking
it
retarded.
literally is that more, and it keeps going up. I mean, it's stupidly expensive to the point that you're lucky if you can get to a company that can even afford to get you insurance. And then if you try to do it on your own, you're completely fucked.
But so that's just the Walmart stores that are doing that, though. Like if you're in management or you're working for Walmart corporate, which still employs several thousand people, in the 10s, 20s, it's probably close to 100,000 people, maybe, like corporate Walmart full-time employees. Like there's a lot. It's not a couple of them, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And those people get paid well, they get benefits and stuff. But I mean, fucking, what do you expect?
But it's only
you're
a small percentage that they're paying out in comparison to being able to pay everybody.
But that's what I'm saying. Like the Walmart shelf stalkers and the people fucking scanning your shit. Any fucking idiot can do that.
Well, that's why
if you want a full-time job and you want to get paid well,
and that's what they didn't realize. It's like, you do realize we're just going to technologically advance these people out of jobs. Just like when they were bitching about wanting $15 an hour at McDonald's. McDonald's just said, well, fuck that shit. Yeah, we're just going to put a kiosk in because a kiosk can do your goddamn job. A fucking cell phone app can do your job sitting at the register.
Write a script,
Yeah,
fucking,
exactly.
Right,
it's like
awesome.
it's like you're in a position that was meant.
In Manhattan, we got one that's fully automated.
But that's the problem is there's more Americans out there that either don't give a fuck or just don't have the brain cells necessary to fucking elevate themselves. Like if I was to work at Walmart, I wouldn't as a register or a cashier or even a fucking shelf stocker, I wouldn't expect to get paid much more than minimum wage. because that's a job for fucking high school kids and like college students that are, you know.
Oh, and hell, even this last one that I did, this last job that I applied for, they ask you what was your past salary, and I'm like, look, I will tell you what it was, but I fully understand this position that I am applying for is not going to pay that. So I was very clear with them, because I've lost getting jobs before, even just like shit. I want to have enough money just to be able to, like, you know, pick up some extra crap on the weekend. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I made that point before, and they're like, oh, sorry, we didn't hire you because, you know, you're out of our price range. And I'm like, yes, but I understand that I'm not going to be making as much at doing this position that I was making doing at my last position.
Right,
And that's hurt me too. So
some similar issues in salary negotiations.
On that as well.
Oh, go ahead, Howie.
I've been fucked on that as well.
Yeah, man. Like when I was working in the security operations center, I was making good money, and then after that job ended, I went to go work in a regular, you know, network guy, and I knew the job was not going to pay as much. And they looked at my resume, they looked at my qualifications. They had me in for 2 phone interviews and then 1, you know, in-person interview. And then they had me like, they're ready to give me the job, and they had me write down on their little internal application, like, you know, put down all your past jobs and put down what you were making. And I put down what I was making. They go, oh, well, we didn't realize that the person who was negotiating salary with you tell you you're not going to be making anywhere near this. And I'm like, yeah, we salary, everything's taken care of. And then I get called into the guy's office, and he's like, look, you didn't tell me that you were.
You broke up.
We lost you.
We lost you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good.
So he was like, we didn't realize that you were making X amount of dollars at your last job. You know, when we offered you this job, we thought, based on your previous job history, that, you know, this was the price that was going to be good for you. But if you're going to be leaving us in a few months for a better paying job, we don't think that training you and, you know, yada, yada, yada is going to be worth our time. So we're not going to offer you this job. That we literally, I was there. It was supposed to be my first day. So they took me out of it because I was making so much money at a previous job.
and that's what's so frustrating, because it's like you're not going to give me this, but right now I'm not working and I need to be making something. So which is why I've gotten to the point where I'm just going to be upfront. It's like, I understand that you're not going to be able to pay this, because but I need this because I'm currently doing effectively nothing, you know, or it's commission based and, you know, comes in sporadically, which, as much as I love doing my craft stuff, I would love to have, you know, at least a part-time something that I can count on. Yeah, just something I can go, okay, I know I'm going to have, you know, hell, I don't care, 10 hours a week, even if it's only at like, you know, $10 an hour, which I think that's what the going basic rate around here is. And it's like, all right, I don't care, because that's still, you know, that's still something that I can put towards something. And like right now, I'm completely screwed with my student loans, because from all levels, because it's like I can't get a job because people won't hire me because I made too much at my last job. That my skill set is not available in this area in a lot of ways, and and then Sally Mae, or whoever was it, Navient now?
Yeah.
So Navient now is like, okay, well, you know, we're going to go ahead and do an educational deferral because you're in school. Oh, wait, you don't have enough hours in school. I'm like, okay, well, can I do the loan forgiveness? Because apparently the college I was at is listed on one of the schools that lied. And
Nope.
I never actually worked in the field that my degree is in, technically. Technically, I've always been in IT, and I have an art major. So it's complicated. So it's like, well, you worked in Hollywood and you were a visual effects artist. I'm like, yep, but that wasn't my job capacity. My job capacity was basically data engineering, which is not visual effects. So yeah, go figure. But so I'm like, okay, well, technically I've never actually used my degree. And it's like, oh, but you do art. I'm like, yes, I do art. I do crafts and I do some fine art, which is shit I knew before I even started college, that I've been doing since I was like 12. So wonderful. And I've had no business training, which would have come in handy by the way, if you're new out there, take at least a couple of business classes and do public speaking, because those electives are going to actually come in handy.
So my associates is in business management.
See, that's brilliant. And looking back on it now, if I was going to take classes in something, I would have taken a business management class because I suck at selling myself. And I'm learning this at like 37 years old, that I am really good at helping other people hook up with stuff, but I'm really, really bad at getting myself into a better position because I'm just really bad at self-promotion.
The only problem with school is you forget half that shit like fucking 2 years later if you're not doing it every day. So
well, the business for me, because I kind of, you know, for me it would be handy. But yeah, that's where we're at.
There's I can't remember what they're called, but there's basically a group that does like public speaking stuff and stuff like that.
Toastmasters.
Toastmasters. That's what it is.
Toastmasters.
Yep. Yeah.
They are owned by somebody who is not good, if I remember correctly. The company is actually owned by a company that who the hell was it? It was like an Enron type thing. A big company owns it.
Company's technically good. But we're all just mercenaries, man. We'll work for anybody who's going to pay the fucking bills.
Troutman, I think it was. I'm pretty sure that's who it was that's been to Hackers on the Farm. I'm pretty sure he's involved with them, and he helps out with public speaking and stuff. Oh, shut up!
Was that Carl?
It's not even morning. Fucking retarded.
They don't care. Mary's roosters will crow any time of the day or night.
No rooster actually cares. No. That wasn't Carl. That was that was Mr. Frizzle. Yes, I know. You're Nicodemus. Shut up. I hate him. He's evil. He's an evil attack rooster.
He's a retarded rooster.
He's mean. He's a mean rooster. He's tiny. He's a bantam, so he's small. So he's like a chihuahua. Anyway, go back to talking about important things.
That's really what it comes down to.
He is.
Smack him in the face.
Did anyone see the thing about Alteryx with the data breach? 123 million households. I posted it in the.
I just saw something. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy how much data that was released, man. It's like they got stuff on everybody. If your household's a dog person or a cat person household, it's like definitely good shit that can be used for a social engineer when they're doing an attack, man.
It doesn't matter. They've got all our shit anyway. Like fucking, if you really want it, you can get it. It's not that hard.
But I mean, think about how much easier it would be to craft an attack if you knew certain things about your victim that you're trying to attack. Like, I mean, I admit, even being a security guy, I've fallen for stupid shit. Because they had like the last four on my credit card, and I was like, how would they have gotten that if they're not from the company?
I hang up on everybody that calls me. If they call me, they go, "I'm from such and such bank, and is this your address?" I just click and then call them back. It's on the bank number that I know.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not always going to be that easy because I mean, like, you may do that, but 90% of people, they'll answer the phone. And
I mean, I answer the phone,
especially if you don't sound like your typical telemarketer. If you don't sound like, "Hello, Mr. Johnson, this is James from Cutco Knives trying to sell you a knife," you know, it's like,
"Oh, thanks for saying knives."
Hey guys,
I need to look into that.
Hey guys, I'm gonna drop. I'll talk to you later. I'm gonna go play some Siege with friends.
Bye, Howie.
Later.
And remember, children, when in doubt, the cock is supreme.
Remember, only you can prevent forest fires.
Remember, only you can make sure the cock is adhered to.
You must be from California, Keeper.
Yes. No.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank, I got a question for you.
Shoot.
Hit me up on Hangouts in a couple hours or so.
Sure thing.
All right. Talk to you later, bro.
So we are down to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's going on, Adrian?
Oh, no, I'm just giving advice. Someone's looking for people, contacts at Rapid 7 to get a job. And I'm the only one I know, you know, I'm telling him about Percent X, nice guy. And someone else suggested Egypt, but, well, Egypt's been an asshole to me, so he can fuck off.
Egypt wasn't nice to you?
Oh, Egypt has a problem. He tweeted out some bullshit about, I blocked him because he stood up to my misogyny. First of all, it wasn't misogyny. I was making fun of radical feminists. They're sexist. I'm making fun of sexist people. That's not misogyny, you dumbass. Also, he never stood up to shit. The reason I blocked him is he was retweeting stuff from Oakland, LA. Oakland, LA is like a nut job. What's that noise in the background?
That's Mary's goat or something.
Yeah, I blocked him because he was retweeting shit from Oakland, LA. It was like a flow chart. Should you offer advice to a woman if she complains about something? Don't complain in a hacker circle if you don't want fucking advice on how to fix the problem. That's what hackers do.
Yeah, I agree, man. Sorry, you're treating him that way. He's always been nice to me.
Yeah.
Anyway,
yeah, I wouldn't want to go to work for Rapid 7 anyway.
Why would you choose Rapid 7 as a company? I mean, they besides taking over Metasploit, what have they done? You know,
I think they have a decent pen test team going on. So I hear.
But there are so many places that have a decent pen test team.
Okay. But the real problem with Rapid 7 is you're probably going to have to move there unless you're on the pen test team, and I don't want to live in the shit state they live in.
Was it Massachusetts?
It's something like that. It's the massive two shits.
Wait, I'm pretty sure Rapid 7's out. Is that Austin?
No, they're someplace on the East
Coast.
Shit, let me check this out. I'm pretty sure it was Austin.
Someplace on the East Coast with fucking terrible goddamn, Boston, Massachusetts.
That's horrible. Fuck that.
Right. So if you want a good pen test team in Boston, you should talk to the Pony Express guys.
I got
They're fucking awesome. That's Jason Street's company.
I applied for a job with Raytheon at one point. They wanted me to be the CEO's fucking help desk tech guy, like just follow him around and fix his shit. And then they told me I had to move to Boston. I was like,
Deal breaker.
The Boston location, or Los Angeles location, or Austin, a Cambridge, a Toronto, and Alexandria.
I got hired at a company as a senior information security analyst, and I was like, okay, cool. And in the job description, it had pen testing, red teaming, and all this cool shit. I get there, they want me to work in their SOC. So I'm like, all right, fine, I can work in a SOC, not a big deal. But then it was like, in addition to working in the SOC, we're also going to have you do the occasional pen test. But it's going to be kind of bullshit because we're going to outsource 95% of our pen tests. And then for our super important customers, we're going to have you go interface with them. And you're going to give executive reports. Having never seen their network, you're going to go and explain to them an executive report why their IP phones shouldn't be exposed to the outside world. And I'm like, okay, well, that I can do. But, I mean, it was kind of crazy because they were all over the place as to what they wanted my job description to be. They had me training kids in the SOC. They had me doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And they just were not clear on what my actual duties day to day were. When I came into work, it could be anything that I had to do that day. So eventually I had a falling out with the guy who hired me. And I was like, look, this is not at all what you described. I'm not doing pen tests regularly. I'm doing like one every 3 months, which is just bullshit. And it's not even a real pen test because nothing's in scope. I mean, it's pretty much, it might as well just be a web app assessment because that's all you're doing. Web apps on. You're telling me I can't go after Pro FTP when there's a vulnerability there. You're telling me I can't go after this. I can't go after that. You just want web app. And it's like, while I'm a master of Burp Suite, I do not want to spend my entire fucking life doing web apps and looking at PCAPs. It's just not what I signed up for. So I think the hiring managers need to be more upfront with what the job actually entails when they post it out there.
The problem is if they're honest, then people aren't going to apply.
Well, I think the real problem is the hiring manager. The hiring manager tells HR what the job is supposed to be in the best way they can, and then
it's like HR takes those things and they mutate it.
Like Google some shit, like what's that mean? And then they just fucking copy pasta some other people's shit, and there you go.
I've seen the same job description word for word from 2 different companies, and I was like, what the hell? Which company is this one from originally?
The recruiting firm that made it.
Yeah.
They probably had a small HR team, and they both went to the same guy. Was like, "Hey, I need a job posting for this."
Don't get me started on fucking recruiters.
I had this one recruiter reach out to me for a job in Manhattan. He's like, "Yeah, it's a really good fit for you. You know, it'll be $150,000 to start, and stock options and this. It's going to be at a major, essentially a financial services firm, and you're going to be heading up their internal pen test division. And I go, do they have an internal pen test division already? He's like, well, no, but you're going to be heading it up. I'm like, so they're going to hire me, and I'm not going to have a team? I mean, what would the... And he's like, you're asking an awful lot of questions. And the thing is, this job pays very well. So you should just take it and stop asking so many questions. You know?
So you're gonna go do this and create your own department. I know that one too, and also the whole not really being honest. Because yeah, again, the previous job, render wrangler. All right, technically it's below me, but you know, I need to kind of get back into things. I left Hollywood for a while, so I went back and took it, even though it was like entry level. And I get there, and it's like, nah, you're just gonna kind of be building your own completely different department than what we hired you for, at the rate we hired you for, from the ground up. So, and it's like, oh, okay, which is how I ended up eventually negotiating my better rate. Stop it, and my better rate, because you have to be honest about what the job is. It's very important.
I think so many firms, they get... Is that a goat?
No, it's a
That's
baby.
my baby.
That's racist. Oh.
Yeah, no, that was him. This is me, because now they're all excited. Hello.
Oh,
Must be food.
Stick and Paint. You know that group we're all part of? Oh, also Nightshade. That's a
I've just lost you, Adrian. Let me get where I can get signal again.
I don't see myself in that group anymore.
Which one?
One that you, Nightshade, and Prime Stick are in with me.
I don't know. I'm on my phone still, and my battery's probably gonna die shortly. I'm gonna head up to my office.
You need to learn. Get yourself a big ass battery.
I don't have it anymore either.
Go to sleep. Love you, honey.
Is this good for you too, James?
No, I'm on
Yeah.
my phone. Virtual hug. I love you. Okay.
Fuck you, Twitter.
Good night. All right.
Ow.
Wars.
Okay.
Wars between Adrian Crenshaw and how he goes.
No, don't dox him. It's wrong.
Doxing is right.
Who's doxing now?
That's how teasing.
Somebody once. That was great. I posted the complete wrong information on somebody else trying to dox. Just like, you can't dox them.
Oh my god, it's hot in here. Do you guys mind? I'm gonna strip. Give me a second.
Okay.
Woo! It's really exciting. I'm gonna take my shirt off. And
Brown chicken, brown cow.
oh god, it's my fucking okay.
That's even more relevant with Mary.
Whatever. It's like, hey. Now
Hey.
I took my hoodie off. It's awesome. Look at that. It wasn't even a black hoodie. Look, it's a DEF CON shirt. Like it? Probably can't.
It's all
Backwards. Yeah. Okay. God. All right, where were we? It was hot. It's cold out. It's like 40. It's 37 degrees out. So I come in here and it's like, you know, warm.
Ugh. So Prime Stick, you got kicked out too.
It's like 7 years. I come from outside, it's cold. I come in, the house is towering infernal.
Oh.
Wait, Prime Stick, I see it now. I'm back in.
Hey.
Oh, there she is.
And I'm here. I'm here-ish. Let me turn the spotlight. There we go.
Prime Stick, can you see
I had to build a phone holder. It's so sad. It's like made of felt and wire.
Hey, it works.
It works.
It is. It's kind of working-ish. Let me see if I can. You know what? It's super adjustable though because it's literally made out of like. There. Okay, stay there.
Do you need a phone holder?
I have one for the car, but not. Well, no, because I was doing I'm doing more Twitch stuff.
Find one on Thingiverse and send it to me.
Huh?
Like,
No. This is fine for right. What?
Random stuff.
Find one on Thingiverse and send me the STL.
Huh? No. Well, this is I actually kind of like this because of. Oh, screw it, I'll just show you guys what it is because it's kind of cool. Because I made it myself. Come here.
I'm just looking for stuff to 3D print.
There. So I made my own thingy, but because it kind of fits in the desk there, I can take it out and I can flip it upside down and then I can hang it on the monitors, which I'm going to do in a second.
That's pretty clever.
Yeah, because we're hackers and this is how we fix shit. So it fits right there in that little hole in the desk.
Did your Trevor the Roach ever go on eBay?
Huh? Is it something I can what?
The Trevor the
Roach
put on eBay. Did it ever go? Did it sell?
No one even bid on Trevor.
Yeah.
What?
I know you put a lot of work into it, but probably $300 is probably more than most people want to spend.
Well, the thing is that it's like I put so much into it. It's like if it's gonna go, I want it to go for something decent because I don't want to be like I'm gonna stick it up there for 10 and then it goes for like 11 and then it's like no, because it's gonna cost me more in materials and packing.
Yeah.
Because I have probably just in materials alone and not even really counting time. And the pack, because I did get a box for it, so it's probably close to $50 just in materials, and then that one I took a really long time on. So it probably would have if retail minimum for me for that's probably $75 to $100. So and it's a charity auction, so I want to
I was going to say, what about saving it for DerbyCon next year for the?
I'm going to. I was thinking about sticking it up on Etsy for $500. If someone really wants to buy it for $500, they can have it. But for them, I'll probably wait and we'll just do it live auction next year.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
That's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. We'll just do it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, what does baby say?
Oh, she mad.
I'm hungry.
I'm sorry, Boo Boo.
Oh, baby.
This week, my project is to take this $50 piece of shit Amazon phone and root it and overclock it. It cost me $50 on Amazon. It's called the Blue Phone, and it was like had a shit ton of ads and stuff in it. I put another image on it so it doesn't have the ads, and newer version of it's got ice cream sandwich, which is the newest OS I can get for it, but still pretty damn cool for $50. I want to get Callie on this NetHunter.
I mean, I can go grab Trevor if you guys want to see him, but
I think I might have to go buy a dollhouse.
Have you? I just made a bunny. No.
A bunny.
I just made a bunny. I have to go grab the bunny. I was gonna make another one. I was thinking about it. Just give me a sec. I'm gonna go run grab the bunny, and then we'll continue on whatever we're doing.
Our high heels headed to Tumblr.
Okay.
So, Adrian.
Yes.
You're not a misogynist. What is that shit you were talking about?
Oh, because I'm not a third-wave intersectional fucking feminist who retweets shit from an Antifa nut job from the Bay Area. Yes, problem.
It's because you're fucking cis Stumpson, whatever the fuck that was.
No, it's because you're a fucking white male.
It's that white male scum, something? I don't know. Libertarian? Whatever.
Yeah, I ended up blocking him out tweeting some shit from Oakland Ellie, which was a silly ass flowchart about whether she ever offered advice. And also, he's friends with a nut job, which goes by the name of a bad idea.
Oh yeah.
He once tweeted something like, "The strongest compliment I could ever give a straight man is a shame you're not more gay." And
whatever. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I think a friend who was whining about someone at a conference had a Rebel Alliance / Rebel Flag T-shirt, making a joke about this rebel, that rebel, saying you should report them to security. The nut job.
Well, at that, I think that part of our problem is we're giving these idiots too much attention because they're not. The problem is it's beyond that they're nut jobs. The problem is that they're narcissists, and every single one are narcissists. And the problem with the only way to make them go away is to stop giving them attention, because eventually they will get sick of trying to get attention from you, and they'll move on to someone else.
Yeah, this shirt's offensive.
I
Stop
think
fucking looking at it.
Oh yeah, she's
Doom.
defending the motherfucker. The motherfucker who was whining about Matt Taylor's shirt. Apparently got some. She said rape and death threats. I didn't see no rape and death threats. All I saw was someone telling her to kill herself, and she's saying, oh, this person gets all this abuse because of it. She criticized the taste of shirt. She did more than that. She caused a harassment campaign against some poor space scientist because this shit is offensive. It keeps women out of STEM. If you're so
I remember that one too. But but again,
if you're so weak-minded that shit keeps you out of STEM, you don't belong in STEM.
Well, I don't disagree with that concept. That part of it is they gotta kind of deal with their own thing, but at the same time, giving them attention just feeds it. Now, if it's a legitimate complaint, okay, yeah, but that particular shirt, it was one that was given to him by his girlfriend when he actually have a conversation.
Girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah, have a conversation because and he wore it because it was a present, and he
It was also his big day. He was landing a space probe on a freaking comet.
No. That wasn't just he landed a fucking refrigerator on like a marble. That was like phenomenal. So that was really impressive.
Yeah, never have we done this before as a species. So I mean.
Oh, and and then again, talking about the women in InfoSex lists.
Oh, is that the new one today?
It's okay because InfoSister saved us all. She has the best list. The best.
Oh yeah,
list.
I like her list. I totally agree with her list.
Totally agree with her list. I love her list.
Speaking of,
because that's really what that's what really she just like we had the conversation about what is cis, which I don't really like because I feel like it's just more divisive by being called different names. And it's like, why can't we just talk to people as people? Because what's important to get new people in, what's important to get new people in and to foster a unified community spirit is to not start labeling people and treating a certain class as like second class. And right now, it's not, what's going to come to like some groups' minds. Oh, well, you're treating blah as a second class. I'm like, no, anytime you label, you're dividing. Stop labeling, stop dividing. Can we please just discuss merit and level? Just like I had an idea. I don't know if we talked that in this chat, but I was trying to come up with solutions for some of these, getting new people in. And one of the things I was thinking about was how many people might want to give talks, but they've never done public speaking and they don't even know where to start. Would anyone be interested in starting a workshop or starting some kind of forum where day one, people that are kind of interested in talking but are afraid to give a talk or don't know how to set up a talk would kind of do a workshop, and then on day two, they get to actually give a talk at the con, like a mini forum. Say they do like a 15-minute or 10-minute mini presentation. Just so, yeah, kind of like a stable talk or a fire talk, just so they can kind of get the experience of standing up in front of people, because that's how we did our drills in our instructor classes. And I'm like, that might be a good thing to do if you're interested, but you're not really sure if you want to. At least get some practice. So and that was one way to kind of think about, okay, well, how do we get more people? Because they're always saying we're not getting enough, and then the other side of it, you had one of the cons was sending out a thing they wanted 50% women, but the way they went about it was kind of condescending, because it's like the women who want to talk, we'd love to talk and be part of your thing, but we don't want to feel like we're only being selected because of our gender, not because that our talk is interesting. You know what I mean?
You don't want to be tokenized.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, they should pick whoever the best person is, the best talks that they get, regardless of the gender of the person.
Yeah, and I'd love to give more of a platform for people who've maybe never given a talk before, but that's why I was thinking maybe a workshop would be good, just because then people that aren't comfortable yet have a chance to do something.
Yeah, I think it would be good, and my advice to everybody who is thinking about giving a talk is don't care if you suck. I mean, if you go back into Irongeek's website and look at my old talks, like the early ones from Nauticon, dear God, they're bad.
But that's but that's what I mean by the learning curve.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that you just have to. It's like everything. People just have to accept that you're not going to be giving a talk like Dan Kaminsky's DNSSEC talk at DEF CON. Was that 18 or so?
Dan is an odd entity because he gets really drunk doing his talks, but they still come up pretty damn good.
Yeah, I kind of worry about the fact that he's that cogent with that what alcohol level, but
hey, whatever works, right?
Yeah,
they're my bunny.
Yeah, Charles says wow, but I don't know if you see many of Dan's talks, but Nightshade's got my back on this. He does give a few talks a little inebriated, but he does a good job on them, the ones I've seen.
Yeah, he does a good job, but like the DNS tech talk, I think I literally counted how many Heinekens he was drinking. And I think in the course of the hour-long talk, he went through a 6-pack, and that was after, like, he was clearly inebriated when he started the talk. And I think there was a couple shots of whiskey in there, too. So, yeah, Dan has impressive
So you're saying he's either got Russian or Irish blood or a little of both.
With a name like Kaminsky, I'm thinking Slavic.
I'm thinking that means I can hold my liquor, but I'm pretty confident alcohol is a percentage of a lot of that area's blood content, so they don't freeze to death. No, it's cold up there. Alcohol keeps you warm.
Yeah, it makes you feel warm.
Yeah. Makes you feel warm.
It makes you feel warm.
That's because it's a
drinking a lot of alcohol.
It's a vasodilator, and all the blood goes to the capillaries and the edge of your skin, and then you get cold.
I understand that, but we're making a.
Take some niacin.
We're not talking science right now. We're making a joke. I just got mansplained for having fun.
Oh, shit.
Horrible.
Classic. I love it.
I'm just picking on you.
3.
Oh no, this is my shearling. I need to send this to Rachel. Shoot.
Yeah, vitamin B3.
Vitamin B3, niacin does the same shit.
I can't have niacin. Yeah. It'll kill me. I'm actually allergic to the B complex.
Making B complex.
Yeah, I'm actually technically I'm allergic to cobalt. I'm actually allergic to cobalt, which is like B12, and I have reactions to B complex. So if I can actually OD on B. Believe it or not.
Cyano.
We actually did allergy tests. I'm allergic to gold. Like gold. If gold throws me off, I'm like super allergic to the chemical that they use in like hand sanitizers, like the alcohol sanitizers, to the point that my kid, I had gotten her like that cheaper body spray, and she like just spritzed herself, and all of a sudden it's just like fire, and I'm like, oh my god, don't spray anywhere near me because like my throat's closing up and shit. And this is one of those contact allergy that is developed over time because I didn't used to be allergic to anything, so now all of a sudden I'm having reactions. It's horrible. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm debating if I should get an EpiPen.
This damn global warming.
No, that's just contact. It's just because I've been in too much contact with it that my body's rejecting it.
No, what it is fucking McDonald's and Burger King and fucking frozen foods. Yeah, you probably eat a lot of that.
Yeah, things I don't eat any of that, and I like grow all my own stuff for the most part.
I think that's what's wrong with the rest of us. So like fucking.
If you visit Mary's place, you will probably eat rabbit. You might even be the one killing the rabbit.
I've eaten a rabbit before. I've even killed a few rabbits.
I'm not gonna lie. That Frida
had a whole rabbit.
Oh.
Do you do the air hose trick, Mary?
Huh?
Was someone who was that directed to?
Air hose. Do you do the air hose trick?
I've tried. I've actually tested that. No, not with the rabbits. The rabbits are so easy to skin. You don't bother. Because rabbit, especially at the age that I'm doing them at, because they're like, I do them between like 12.
We used to shoot wild rabbits.
Well, yeah, well, wild one's gonna be tougher. So yeah, then you're gonna want to pump them up. But the domestic ones, fryers are usually between like 8 and 16 weeks. So
the babies.
Yeah, so they're very they're a lot easier to skin.
Just below fucking age. Oh,
Oh,
Basically, yeah. But that's when they're yummy. I mean, you can let them go a little bit longer than the roasters. I mean, the ones I got right now are really almost roaster size.
Rabbits are fuckers, man.
They're okay. I don't know if you guys can see on the phone, but I was shooting video for my Twitch channel yesterday, and the webcam was picking this up. But I didn't realize. I don't think you can see it there. But on the webcam I was looking at my hands, and I'm just like scratches and like discolored and scars and shit. And that's almost that's the rabbits just they dig into you. So and it's what's farm stuff. Farm stuff does that. I almost burned myself to death today. I was expecting to singe all my hair off.
Oh my god!
I couldn't get the stupid bonfire going. I was trying to burn my fallen trees from the tornado, and so finally I was like, "Fuck it!" I grabbed the can of gasoline and I dumped the gasoline on it. I let it set, and I waited. And I probably put close to a gallon of gasoline on this damn burn pit, and then I'm like, "All right, fine," and I like made a torch. I'm like, good, I'm going to toss this torch in. It's going to go up. And I toss the fucking torch. And the torch sits between two sticks, just hanging there. And I'm like, fuck. Because I was planning on throwing it and running. And I'm like, shit, now I got to get in there. So I get in there. And I grab the damn torch. And I kind of throw it in the middle of the thing. And I kind of I pulled my hoodie up. And I ducked because I was expecting a giant fireball. There was no fireball. The fucker wouldn't catch with gasoline. I was so mad. So I went in and I'm like, okay, let's try this again. So I put more gas, more boxes. It took me probably an hour to finally get this fucking fire lit. Eventually it just went poof, and then it lit. But oh my god, it was so stupid.
Remember how long it took us to get the damn pit going for the pig this year?
If it spreads, you call yourself, right? Since you're the fire department.
No, I actually quit that department because of issues, and I'm on a different department that's better.
Next time when we send someone out for coal, we're sending out Nightshade because your husband takes a long ass time to get coal back.
So
I don't know where all else he had to go, but next time we send Nightshade, all right, about 30 minutes from here is in Walmart. Get the charcoal. You bring it back.
I think we'll just make sure that we're just gonna make sure that next time we do that, I'm just gonna buy like 8 bags of charcoal from Sam's Club, and then we'll just have them in stock first. Because this year I want to do a spit roast goat. Like I need to build a spit roast so we can actually do it like up over the pit and like.
Okay.
Are we actually building this pit roast that weekend? Because digging that pit and lining it with limestone kind of sucks.
The pit's already dug, and I need to actually put. I want to put the posts up first because if I can just, it's like a couple of pipes, really. So we can probably just build it.
You still got limestone pit out there, don't you?
Yeah, I haven't taken it down. I don't know.
And I remember we also learned, I think that evening, that you can use Doritos as a great fire starter.
Doritos, which I was actually considering going to Sam's Club and getting a big ass bag of Doritos next time I want to start a bonfire because I was so pissed trying to do it with gasoline because gasoline's like shit.
You need a shop vac.
How's that work?
So you're aware of the concept of a bellows, right?
Yeah.
So you just get it a little hot, get some tinder going underneath all that wood. Turn the shop vac to where it's blowing and stick it in there, and the next thing you know, you got a fire so fucking big you want to do with it.
Well, actually we use the leaf blowers for brush fire, but the problem with this is I just figured it will go. What actually works the best is just getting a couple of boxes and some plastic, and then once the garbage was burning, then the sticks finally caught.
Why didn't you just use the back burning technique? The
because
2 parts diesel, 1 parts gasoline.
Because all I had was gas. Because usually I just use diesel, and usually diesel just is fine. But I didn't have any diesel, or I didn't have any kerosene either. Because usually I'll do diesel or kerosene, and it'll be fine. But also the wood was wet and it was cold out, so I've had issues starting it with the temperature being too low, believe it or not. And it rained yesterday, so shit was damp and it wasn't drying quick enough, and I just had problems. So I needed something that was going to burn longer in order to dry the wood out to get it to catch. And eventually I got it caught, and I kept it going. You'd think gasoline would work. What was happening was I did. I poured out like probably 3 gallons today. It was stupid. But the problem was that I told you, at
That's
one
all
point I
I
thought I burned all my hair off because I'm just like, fuck this. I like tossed a bunch on there and then it just went push. And I'm like, oh shit. Like that was a bad idea. And I knew it was a bad idea, but I did anyway. But then the fumes, as soon as the gas turned off, it went out. So I'm like, fuck this. So I had to go find cardboard. Well, no, once that I added cardboard, then the cardboard would burn longer, and I threw some other shit on it, and then the stuff that was burning longer eventually caught, and then everything just caught and it was fine. But it just took way longer than it should have to catch a stupid ass bonfire. But then usually I'm using dry wood. I'm usually not trying to do it with wet. It was just too, and it's hardwood because all the trees that blew down are like poplar and I don't know beech or some shit, but it was like hardwood, so it was taking longer. So it wasn't my normal fire starting wood.
Anybody see the apparently KFC follows 11 people, 5 Spice Girls.
Yeah, the 5 Spice Girls and 6 guys named Herb.
You guys see the malware that came out for Android that's Bitcoin mining? Processing power.
Illustrious, are you an electric vehicle?
It's pretty cool. Actually, using their
broke up with what the.
Repeat your last sentence, man.
Me?
Yes.
It's using people's phones to mine for Bitcoin. It's a virus essentially spreading through unpatched versions of Android. Like Android phones don't have their security updates. And it's called LOAPI, and it maxes out the phone's processing power, overheats devices, causes devices to just become bricked.
Is it the one that's
what's that been going on for?
The LiPo batteries?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's pretty badass considering whoever thought of building a botnet out of Android phones and using it to mine Bitcoin is a fucking genius. Not a
True. How long's that been going on for is the question. And is it like hidden in apps? Like, is there certain apps you should not be downloading?
It's any app that's not fucking written by a developer.
Once installed, yada yada yada. Not only can it mine cryptocurrency, it fills the phone with ads. And
It's the one that's found in like a bunch of adult themed stuff, right?
I don't do adult themed stuff, but there's a couple of those photo apps from China that like everyone was playing with. That on my old phone, I downloaded like a couple, like 1 or 2 just for fun. That deleted them, but it doesn't matter.
Researchers spotted LOAPI loaded apps advertised online, but not in the official Google Play Store. There have been apps found in Amazon App Store and other third-party app stores.
See, I don't use third party usually. I usually just use whatever the.
Now,
I don't ever use the Amazon.
My Nexus, which is a Google device, I had to download a third-party copy of Netflix to get Netflix working again, because my phone, when I rooted it, for some reason, it decided, screw you, Netflix is no longer going to download from the Play Store. And I went to APK Mirror and I pulled down a copy of Netflix, and it worked just fine. Well, something's screwy, but I mean, people have to pull down third-party stuff sometimes. Yeah,
no, they do. I've had stuff in the past that I've needed to run third-party on, or just wouldn't work.
Yeah, like the Milo Tosser application.
But come here.
Oh, there's another thing. You see, Bitcoin Cash is this new like cryptocurrency. Came original Bitcoin forked off, allows larger parts of the blockchain to be mined at once. So it's essentially theorized it can go on longer. People can keep mining it. That's cool technology-wise, but Coinbase, apparently their employees leaked the news that they were going to be trading this particular cryptocurrency before it happened. And there was an artificial spike in the currency for like hours before the currency was actually released. And then what we have here is Coinbase now is like halting all trading of this particular cryptocurrency while they go internally and try and figure out which one of their will leak the news.
Well, someone had posted earlier on Twitter that Coinbase had stolen like 80 of their coins.
I was having issues with Coinbase today. I went to buy some coins and they never made the way to my account, and then but they didn't take the money out. It's just the transaction failed somehow.
Yeah, I don't. People had made a few notes about that in the past day or so about their Coinbase accounts. They've had issues because coins have gone missing or they've been transferred. Yeah.
I don't plan on buying any cryptocurrency.
I don't either. I looked at it way back in the day when it like first came out, and I'm just like, I don't have the like. I was playing with SETI at the time, and I'm like, I don't really have the bandwidth to even donate to that. So
last week I actually made like $80 on Litecoin. I invested $40 one day, and then it skyrocketed like 200% one day, and then I just pulled out my money from it, and I'm like, fucking yeah, $80 more, yeah.
I have nothing in cryptocurrency, but my stocks are up, so that's good. And after my uncle passing, I'm basically sitting not good enough so I can retire, but I'm doing well.
Which is always good.
Maybe you could afford to go to all the different cons and start videotaping them. No? Okay. I thought it was
I mean, I'll go.
I didn't hear you, so I don't know.
I didn't quite catch everything you said. I mean, I go whatever cons pay my expenses pretty much, and I have time to make it, considering work. But I should probably work for at least the next 5 years before I even consider retiring.
fucking piece of shit. I was saying, since you your portfolio looks so good, maybe you could afford to go to all the InfoSec cons and record them as a joke. See,
Well, I go to enough as it is, I think. But
you already do that.
yeah, I don't think I could ever make all of them because people, you know, at this point, you can't make all of them because it's not like they're all separate.
Well, Adrian, why don't you like start a con recording company and like hire some of us so we can go?
Yeah, man, hire me. I'll go to all the cons. I'll record all that shit, man.
Patriarchy recording. Yeah.
Why not? I'm already the. You know what? Fuck it. That's what you're gonna do. I'm gonna make a website. It's gonna be the Patrecons.
I have some dumb fucks like people who wrote the InfoSec Women blog who said something about I was removed from B-Sides events. I record more B-Sides than pretty much anybody I know but Minister. Minister might record more, but they're all in Europe.
Look, don't even bother reading that stupid ass Tumblr because like half of their facts are questionable to begin with, and they're all just pure opinions by a bunch of narcissists. So it's not worth it.
Doesn't
Go get yourself
a lot of cons too.
What's that now?
Skydog, I think his name is, records a bunch of cons also.
Who's this?
Skydog doesn't actually record though. Doesn't someone else record?
No.
He goes to a bunch of stuff. But I don't know. Does Trevor record?
Pentest Fail records stuff for SkyDogCon the last several years. I recorded the first two SkyDogCons, and then Pentest Fail took over, and he's Evan. He's been recording them since then, and he's also recorded a few other conferences. He also does recordings for social engineering podcast folks. Why is the name escaping me at the moment?
Not the Hack 5. There's Hacker News, Hack 5. What's the other one?
The people who do the social
Code
engineering
Express
podcast.
has one.
I'm picturing Chris Hagnaghi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Evan records with Chris Hagnaghi also a lot.
I love him. He's awesome.
He's a nice guy.
I love I love most people. Hey, look, I broke it. Woohoo!
I love everybody that loves me.
I don't know. Hagnaghi to me seems to have a pretty abrasive personality for somebody who's supposed to be so good at social engineering. I mean, he doesn't come off as a nice.
Hey, it's not about but that's just the whole thing, though. You can be an asshole in real life if you're a good actor.
That's true.
That's true.
But I still like Chris. I think it's a lot of everyone's kind of, a lot of people come across as kind of assholes, but then once you get to know them, a lot of times it's really just dry sense of humor. Then again, I'm completely oblivious 99.9% of the time because I really, 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 really want to see the good in people. I desperately do, which is why I get really depressed and disappointed when people end up being jerks.
Oh, what?
I've always been pleasantly surprised by people like Jason Eaststreet. He's like the nice.
Oh, yes. favorite.
Let's burn for
I
the
don't
last
know why
two show notes.
he's just so nice.
Let's burn for the last 2 show notes. Whoever edited all this, put in using fiber lines to detect seismic activity. Does anybody know
What
anything
is
about
that?
this?
Yeah, what is that? That looked really interesting.
Do you read the article?
Using fiber, like under ocean fiber lines?
I don't know. Did anybody read the article?
No.
Well, then,
Oh.
on that, let's go to the next one.
No, so
Who actually?
I mean, I'm just
who added the
based
show
on
notes?
assumption. Based on assumption, I mean, if you could detect variations in the light wave on either end of the line, it would let you know if there was seismic activity on that particular line.
I can tell you if it's raining just by how my internet connection goes with AT&T.
Right?
That's because
And I
all
can
of you.
tell you
that's
where
all your
it's raining by
conductors
how
are
bad the
exposed.
latency is.
So I could kind of bullshit my way through the physics of how this is probably working.
All right, bullshit.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
No, I'm reading it on Popular Mechanics right now. I googled it, and I mean it's because the fiber optic lines already have lasers attached to them. It's pretty trivial to detect when they're going out of sync. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's fun. All right, well there you go, right there. That's the whole science to it. I mean, the lights are no longer lining up, therefore we have interference. Therefore, that at that point when we detected the interference is when the earthquake started.
That makes sense.
I'm gonna share, and you
Using
also have something there like share the pain. Let me go ahead and share this.
Yes,
thing.
that was me. You guys need to share in that pain. It was horrible.
Talk to us. What's up? Share
All right,
the-
let me play it.
One of my friends found this, and we had to watch the whole thing earlier. And within like the first 30 seconds, I was screaming.
I used to have this on VHS.
Microsoft Windows
Hey,
95.
Jennifer Aniston.
This program will help teach you how to use many of the most important features.
I think I've seen this before.
Oh, I think we've all seen it one
95?
time, but let's revisit it because it's
I
like
picked this up on a VHS tape in Big Lots in Jebsville, Indiana, sometime in the late '90s.
Guide is
yeah, but it's so bad.
Section 1. You'll get more than a few laughs as we present the world's
You won't
first
cry.
starring 2 of television's hottest comedy personalities, Jennifer Aniston and Matthew Perry. They'll be taking you on an adventure in computing that takes place in the office of Microsoft Chairman Bill Gates. Along the way, they meet a wacky bunch
Yeah,
of
this is gonna get
computer
copyright
heads, and
hit.
they're introduced to the
Y'all don't. Well, you don't need to. I mean, if you want to fast forward to just the fun bits,
What is the fun bits though?
then okay, breaking this down because we can do this as commentary. They walk in and like 30 seconds in, apparently his assistant's like, yeah, go sit down in his terminal and log on. I'm like, whoa, stop. And then 30 seconds later, it's like, look, it's so easy. Even a woman can figure it out. And I'm just like, oh my.
of all the Windows 95 components
Figure it out.
in Section 1. In just about 15
No,
minutes,
skip to the cyber sitcom.
in the new
How
Windows
far into it is the cyber sitcom?
The cyber sitcom. It's the first ever cyber. Listen to the music too. It's like they sourced like Seinfeld. They sourced oh my god. They sourced like it's so.
Esther, hop on to the cast here.
Who? What?
You mind if I let my friend Esther hop onto the cast?
Whoever the hell wants to join?
Come on aboard. Join up. Let's go.
Link.
Right.
Oh, I put the link on my fucking public Twitter. Anybody could join at this point.
Yeah, anyone can hop in right now.
Join. Uh-oh. Who's making that? No?
Infinite Windows.
So if Allie
No, I'm.
because that's the order I see you on.
Mary's felting.
I'm belting.
95 environment and will become familiar with the speed, power, ease, and
Oh, moo.
Windows 95.
Okay.
It's so bad. We're gonna have to pause it.
How you doing?
Finally, in our third section, Microsoft answers the 20 most asked questions about Windows 95. So get ready for a few laughs and some great.
Let's say I have this on VHS
He
someplace.
ran away. I don't blame him. It's really bad.
I like
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, really?
I love the classic Windows shit. I have like a Windows 95 T-shirt somewhere. I wear it to cons. People are like, I love that shirt.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You want to probably skip forward to a few parts just because there's some just gems in.
Getting my daughter for pretty cheap too, I might add.
Microsoft fifth floor, ladies' modems, children's shareware, and our bridal peripheral salon.
Wow, taskbars and email and shortcuts, oh my.
Taskbars and email and shortcuts, oh my.
Why?
This is some corny shit.
Cringe.
I will say this:
It's-
Jennifer Aniston has aged better than Matthew Perry has.
Yeah, probably. I don't know anymore.
Yeah, she can still.
Email and shortcuts, oh my.
Well, yeah.
The wicked witch.
What I love is the big CRT monitors. You don't see that shit much anymore.
Well, there's so much classic crap in here. Like they have the big split aerodynamic typey keyboard that makes the clicky noise.
Yes. Yeah, how many
love
people get the mouse balls out of the old balls? Mice that actually had balls. Like those big iron marbles.
Well, I was explaining to my friends today. I'm like, I have like a freaking computer museum in my garage. Like I probably have this on CD somewhere.
Thank you.
I was very lucky at a garage sale recently to get a bunch of discs that were just everything from like Windows 3.1 to like Windows 95 to Windows 98, like all the classic installation media for all the operating systems, but not just that, but like old games like Dune and like just everything. The dude gave me for like $5 for like a box full of stuff.
I should go through storage sometime just to look to see because I bought a 5 1/4 floppy drive at IU Surplus like a couple months ago just because it was
A regular one or like a USB one?
No, a real one. I should go downstairs and grab. I'll show you. It's an actual internal mounted installed 5 1/4. Yeah.
I'm drinking.
All right, so we could probably make it into a drinking game. How offensive is this?
Shift Windows 95.
Okay, Myra, I'll get back to you, darling. All right, bye-bye. I heard that, and you are?
This is Jennifer Aniston. I'm Matthew Perry. We're here to see Mr. Bill Gates about a possible starring role in the video guide to Microsoft Windows 95.
He's out right now, honey, but you can wait in his office.
Out?
Out?
Wait, you can wait in Bill Gates' office. You're right.
And if you're Jennifer Aniston, Matthew Perry, who, by the way, had a huge coke problem.
Windows 95. I was very involved in the project, you know. You? Well, I kept asking the boss to clean up his windows, you know, update, redecorate, cleaner view. He took my advice. Of course, I was talking about the windows in his office, and he was talking about the other windows. You know, the operating.
Because she's a woman!
Millions of users. Stop with the clapping.
Oh, we thought it was customary maybe to clap when entering Mr. Gates' prom.
It was just turning the lights on.
As opposed to talking to like, you know, Amazon Echo and saying, Echo, lights on.
So, this is where the magic happens, huh? The ground zero personal computing, the nerve center of the world's biggest software. I mean, the atmosphere resonates with anticipation of mythical achievement.
Mythical achievement right now would be unshoe number 2 pencil. Honey, well, not soon, but if you want the job, spend some time looking at Windows 95. What do you know about the system?
Well, I dabble with the old Windows a little bit.
And you? Oh, I'm still mastering Palm. Sweetie, why don't you sit in Bill's terminal?
Okay, so this is Bill Gates' computer. I mean, that is like Wayne Gretzky's hockey stick, you know?
Oddly enough, none of it seems to rub off.
Isn't she an awesome assistant? Here, I haven't really checked your actual credentials, so I don't know who you are. So here, sit down on my boss's computer, the most powerful computer in the company.
All right, we're analyzing this bullshit video from the 90s standpoint. I think we might be missing the point, my dear.
I don't know. I want to rip it apart. It's fun.
All right, that's all good. But let's rip it. Let's rip this shit. Oh, by the way, Corey's home now too. Say hello, Corey.
Hey, hacker on the farm. I heard you.
You can't get through without making fun of it. It's really it's like Mano's Hands of Fate for security people.
Okay. Okay, she's got a point.
It's bad. It's really bad.
It's like watching The Room.
Might have to mount
fun.
Naturally, Bill's already installed Windows 95 and is booted up. Just hit any key, and you'll see it right behind the screensaver.
Any key.
Mm-hmm.
So I can basically fall on this thing.
I would hope at this point, even Bill is using Windows like NT 3. Damn it! What was the first Windows NT? That
Oh, he's using OS2 Warp is what he's using.
Fuck, are you kidding? He's still in terminal. It's like, screw that shit. Get me in command line.
Yep.
Or Xenix or something. You know, like Microsoft's.
Yeah, that's X.
Xerox?
Didn't Microsoft get that? That was their first antitrust case where they could no longer dabble in Unix-like operating systems because SCO sued them.
Well, they just, yeah.
Didn't they have
Now we
Xerox?
have the Windows for Linux subsystem.
You're talking about some shit I remember vaguely from the late 90s. Damn it, I miss the university job sometimes. All right, let's continue.
And it get started.
Yeah, but don't, okay?
Oh, pretty.
Oh, and no messy DOS buildup.
What is this, a paper towel commercial? There are 4 things you ought to know about Windows 95. It's easier, it's faster, it's more powerful, and it's got great compatibility. Now, point the mouse at the start button, bottom left, and click.
I showed up there, but I can't.
Computing.
The start menu.
Okay, now what's that button?
Don't touch that. If you do, stay away from that button.
Or you'll go blind.
Worse, way worse. Now, getting back to the menu. It's the best I've seen since they closed Lindy's in New York. From the top, you've got programs, which, with a little drag on the mouse.
I actually miss a lot of the old program menu. I don't like the new search feature shit that they have in like Windows 8 forward.
I haven't left 7 yet. I don't like upgrading. It's scary.
I think Windows 7 was the best operating system that they put out, honestly.
I haven't left it.
That's true.
I need to upgrade to 10, but bandwidth sucks.
You know, next to OS2 Warp, of course.
Did you say 7 was the best?
I'm happy.
Yeah, don't and it's a bad idea.
Well, the problem is I don't want it to reinstall everything again, which means I'm going to have to find shit that's not going to be compatible because I know it won't be. So I'm just going to wait and build a second computer. Keep this one up here. Anyway, where were we? Oh, yeah. She basically said that women are stupid. That's why she said, we'll put you in front of the screen because anyone can figure it out. Even you, girl.
Even Jennifer Aniston, one of the people who gets paid $1 million an episode. She's obviously an idiot.
Better?
That allows you to quickly launch many of your programs. This replaces Program Manager in the old Windows. It's way better.
Well, what happens when you had the old Windows and then installed Windows 95?
That's a good question, honey.
Okay. Where's the button that instantly kills anybody that calls me honey?
That I like.
Hey, honey.
Honey.
3.1, old Program Manager groups are transferred automatically to this menu.
Oh, well, you can change in dry cleaners. I mean, you always leave something behind.
Now, below that is your Documents menu, which contains your recent...
Ready to watch Seinfeld.
Work on
I told you, if you listen to the music, they pick. But then again, Bill Gates had more money than God at the time, so I'm pretty sure they really didn't care. I'm sure they just bought licensing. Yeah.
It is some like Seinfeld riffs in the background.
Yep, dude.
There's a lot. There's a lot of Seinfeld riffs in the background.
Down.
File faster.
Precisely. Now, Settings gets you to the new improved control panel, your printers folder, and allows you to customize the taskbar. The Find feature is all new on Windows 95. It's a fast way to find files or folders. Help is right there at your fingertips, and Run allows you to start up any program with a command. Finally, shut down.
Control-Delete even brings up Task Manager without you having to then click another button.
Or use Find in the terminal because there was a search function in the... Anyway. Oh, wait. No.
Shut down and restart. Okay, now let's load up the taskbar. I'll show you what it does.
Taskbar? Is that anything like a Snickers bar? Does that have nougat?
What is nougat? Does anybody know that?
Yes, I do. I know what nougat is. I know what nougat is.
He had his personal 5-year projection in Excel, our top-selling spreadsheet software in the document menu.
The Microsoft game plan?
No, his golf game genius. He's trying to break 80 by the end of the decade. Now, Jen, open that Excel plan right off the document menu. Okay.
And that was 2 decades ago.
That's crazy.
Now, let's use the new Max and Min feature in the upper right side of the window to minimize this document.
Yeah, and there's also an X.
Well, the X will allow you to close any program or document. We want to keep the plan file on the taskbar, so we just minimize. Okay, click on the little nut. The taskbar keeps as many active windows at your fingertips as you want.
It's still more useful for computer science than the class I took from Gene Camp. Anyway, I was take that big.
This is torture.
Because
It's torture.
he gave
It gets worse.
some female.
It's weirder.
I'm sorry, my Gene Camp is worthless. She missed more class than any of the students. Her analysis on various student projects she helped work on shows that she knows nothing about InfoSec in reality, and she's basically, well, trash that makes money because she works at a university.
Diversity.
What if someone's really good at InfoSec, but they're really bad at Twitter? Do we like them or not?
We can still like them, but I see no proof that they're good at Twitter or InfoSec.
I'll show you. Now, let's get into my computer.
Your computer?
No, Bill's my computer.
I thought Bill was your boss.
Okay, before this becomes a classic and hideous vaudeville routine, let's move on.
Okay. My computer.
All right, I got to get some booze, so I'm going to turn my computer around so my roommate can control the pause and stop. So when you say something, make sure you say, Corey, pause this shit.
Coy, turn your shit off.
No, sorry, Corey.
Or Corey. Hi,
Corey's
Corey.
our new Alexia. Hi. Hello, Alexia.
Allows you to manage stuff on your files and folders.
Hi, Corey.
Hello.
Now, click on the hard drive.
No. Give it a chance. It gets
Why don't you-
weirder.
Turn this off and put porn on instead.
Let's open the word file.
Just open the C:\backslash Adrian backslash cat pictures.
No,
I'll be
it's
right-
getting that. That's actually in the fucking video. There's a whole section of fucking cat pictures in the damn video.
Let's make a copy.
They were ahead of their time.
It gets weirder.
How much weirder?
Back to the edit menu.
It gets weirder.
Copy. Then paste.
This is so trippy.
Yes, I think that's the word Bill would use to describe the result of some.
Jennifer Aniston. She was so hot in Leprechaun. Who else has seen Leprechaun?
I have.
We've all seen Leprechaun once, and I don't like it.
She wants my Lucky Charms.
Lucky.
How do we finish this plan?
I got an idea.
And while I'm sure she had her own nutty ass problems, she seems far saner than. Oh, who the hell did Brad Pitt leave her for? What's that name? Angelina Jolie. I'll choose Jennifer Aniston over Angelina. Oh, fuck. Someone else say the name.
Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie.
Jolene seems like fuck nuts. You know, I'm sure Aniston had her own issues because you're rich and you're pretty, people don't call you on your bullshit. But I think I'd still choose Aniston.
Yeah.
You don't like acid? You just like, acid burn, crash and burn wasn't
Not
awesome.
so much because she just instantly strikes me as insane. Didn't she carry around a vial of her brother's blood around her neck?
Yeah, that.
She did that with Johnny Lee Miller also.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Yeah, Johnny Lee Miller.
So she has permanent supplies for voodoo curses carried around her neck at all times?
Something going on with her.
I'm sorry. I gotta say, I'm gonna be a little bit misandrist right now and say some of us men folk make really stupid fucking choices.
We do. Yes, we do.
Some of us men are fucking stupid as fuck, and I have been stupid as fuck in the past. And probably every man on this cast has been stupid. And I look at my buddy Coy across the way. He's also been stupid, and I know he has. But anyway, we'll continue.
I blame my wiener.
Just something I'm kind of.
We blame your wieners too. It's okay.
Just think in different places. That's the way I can just put it.
night before Christmas and all through the warehouse, not a single piece of Microsoft merchandise was
Where
stirred.
the hell is Bill Gates during this?
He eventually comes. The thing is, you're on his fucking computer, and they like just do, and then like everyone gets to walk in and touch his shit. What kind of a company is this?
Damn it, Bill! Get on your ass. Get off your ass.
He's playing golf. That's what he.
I'm so glad I can type things and save it.
Wish you a Merry Christmas. I like it. I don't. There's something you will like. You know what it is? I know. That name is longer than 8.3 characters. You know, for a lot of people, this feature alone is worth the price of admission to Windows 95. No more personal code. Just name your files and folders any way you like.
You know, I remember losing entire essays in college because I couldn't remember their files.
That was kind of nice. You know, you could have like 32 characters or some shit.
Really?
No, you don't want to go there.
With Windows 95, you can use file names of up to 250 characters. Now,
that's right. You can go a long way.
You want to leave that phone for Bill?
255, actually.
Just delete it.
Technically, it's not on. But if they get too long, you could then you like write in a book.
My vision. It's my vision. You're just
Wait a minute. You can name your files longer than we can tweet.
Oh, relax, Jen. Check out
That's
the
a good
recycle
point.
bin over there on the desktop.
Interesting.
See? It's
Wait,
there
we
in the
can tweet
recycle
280 now.
But not everyone. Not everyone. It like takes turns because mine changes between 140 and 280 all the damn time.
Mine's 280 all the time.
enabler for the indecisive.
Mine's not.
You're
It depends on the platform I'm on. It's 280 on the phone, but it's not on the computer.
Bangs at the end.
Oh. Okay, excuse me. Man in the room.
Maybe it's because you got Windows 7.
Talk about that.
All the stuff we've loaded onto the taskbar. Bill's golf plan in Excel. Recycle bin.
Windows 10 keeps flagging my key gens as viruses.
So then the taskbar allows you to switch back and forth between windows.
I wonder why.
Teach anybody Windows 95.
I don't know. I downloaded it from the internet.
Multitasking is. First, I'm going to play a sound clip.
What was this? When Windows 95 came out, we were still also using like what is it? OS 7 for the Macintosh on the Macintoshes, and the multitasking built into 95 was far better than the shit that was on OS 7 or 8 at the time.
But you know what? Here's a good question. Speaking of Apple, are there still any hardcore Apple followers still out there?
I'm sure there are. A lot there are.
I mean, I use a Macintosh day to day. I'm currently
Me
doing
too.
for Macintosh.
I do, but you know, like the hardcore, like
no, there
people that
are.
Apple is God.
There are because they're still like, well, I still like blah, 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 blah. I'm like, dude, no, especially the iPhone people.
Yeah, man. Here's my Mac. You want to see it?
Wow.
Well, 1994 glory.
You're not gonna call your dick a Mac, are you? Whip that out.
I'm having an
Maybe.
iPad.
Oh my
iPhone.
Ow! Yo, terrible.
I'm currently
I'm not
casting, so we
bleeding.
can't see what y'all showing, but
I got distracted and stabbed myself. Look, aren't you guys proud?
what are you felting now?
Another rabbit.
Okay.
I make it with my own blood. You haven't noticed?
I switched back to the view that is inside of Google Hangouts, and you see inside because I'm presenting everyone right now.
So yeah.
Then I'm going to search for all the documents that contain.
What are the odds of finding that word in this guy's office? He's got meetings booked into his next life.
Finally, I'll copy Bill's journals for the last 10 years to a new file. This is multitasking. This is happening at the same time. Are you with me?
In a Bert and Ernie kind of way.
Oh, God! Who's that?
I don't know, but could he be any larger?
It's Boris, the window washer.
Well, what's his
Fat
name?
joke.
Boris Velvik?
Let's make fun of this poor window washer.
I know. Well, there's so many. It's like okay, we get the fat jokes. We're making fun of women's.
I know.
It gets racist later. It gets really racist.
Oh, I'm waiting for the main event.
He is a large man.
That man must be on a plank of steel.
Well, Boris is also an expert at drive-through windows.
Oh, fat shaming.
Remember,
It's totally unnecessary too. It's completely unnecessary.
Bill, what do you feel like?
It's comedy. You need somebody to make fun of, even if they're not there.
But there's good comedy, and then there's just forced comedy, and
Okay, it's Chinese already. We've got the menu right up there. Let's
Wow.
programs and minimize Bill's hard drive.
Here, Bill.
Go to the dock.
All these random strangers going through his shit.
Chinese food.
I got some
Bill
Tuco
must have
Squeak
used
out in the fridge if you want to open it up. Tuco Squeak out. What is it? It's mead,
Okay.
but it has
Check out
agave
some
in it.
selections here. Cashew chicken.
Like tequila?
What is this file called Pizza Game?
It doesn't taste like tequila at all because
And
they're on their block. They're on the CEO's computer digging through his shit.
Together because
And the only thing they're looking for is fucking a Chinese food menu.
together.
And his golf scores. They got like all his spreadsheets, and so far no one has checked their credentials to see if they are. How do you know it's not people from like Apple or some shit? You know, trying to steal company secrets.
because they were a major sitcom in the '90s and everybody recognizes them by face.
That doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't mean anything.
You know what's really weird is she's almost that hot still.
Yes.
We discussed it earlier.
Almost.
Wow. Wow.
Well, there's fax software built right in there. Why don't you guys find out for yourselves? This is where the help menu comes in handy.
Ooh, fact.
This was actually probably one of the better features of that OS.
Guys, right now, look at this. It's like
this operating system allows you to do cheap script kiddie hacks with NetMeeting.
But you could do telephony and fax, which was actually in handy, and then Windows 98 you had to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
But 95, if you had 95, it didn't cost you anything to fax.
Chinese menu on the taskbar and open up help.
And you shut down all the computers on the network.
Okay.
Oh, NetSend was fun.
Like fun with 3 different options. So you got your contents, which look like a table of contents, your index, which lists topics alphabetically, and your find, which is a full text search. So I guess we just punch in the word facts, right? Yes, we are that lazy. Okay, look, here's how you do it. So program menu, accessories, facts.
Why was there no hyperlink to that? Because we're lazier.
Yeah.
So first we'll type the name and the fax number.
See, that wasn't a bad feature, but we don't have modems anymore.
Thank God.
I got a modem.
Then we'll use Bill's cover sheet, ensure a slightly better service, you know. And then we'll attach our Chinese menu.
You didn't put the cover sheet on your TPS reports.
No, you used the wrong cover sheet.
Use the wrong cover sheet.
And it's gone.
Not bad for a rookie.
Wait a minute. No screaming fax sounds.
Oh dear God, it's Boris.
Who was that? George Wendt?
Wait. Is my boy's butt plug around here someplace?
I'm that guy from Pee-wee's Playhouse.
Boris, they're here to talk to Bill about working on a video for Windows 95. Now, I've been ramping them up. It may be
You want me to show them plug and play? Oh, my pleasure, Felice, baby.
Plug and play. Now, what is that? Some kind of hair replacement for kids?
No, it's a major new feature that makes installing printers, modems, sound cards, and other new hardware a snap. I have here Hewlett-Packard LaserJet 4L. I'm going to shut down the computer like so.
Hi,
Power
folks.
up the printer. Stick in the printer cable.
This is the Boris I have.
Watch screen.
What do you think?
Is that your penis?
What?
Look at
This
Oh,
is
wow.
What do you think of Boris? Wait, turn the light on real quick. All right, this is Boris.
Jack, don't you dare go on mute.
We don't have any.
No, that would have to be on. It has to be that switch back there.
No, you said.
No, it has to be that switch back there. Oh,
okay,
shit.
you were there. You heard her.
All right, yes.
Wow, you have lights in your house? I've never been to your house with lights on.
And some guy walking around with no shirt on, with his pants pulling down.
Oh,
Adrian has lights in his house. This is news to me.
So you mean
Oh my God, he looks like a little baby without his beard.
I know.
Put it to yourself.
I didn't like that off.
Control panel icon like on old Windows.
Actually, let me leave it on there and then turn it off there.
Wow, that's more inspiring.
Jackson. Oh God, and it went on mute.
Ill Will made that for me.
On the left, we have
Ill Will's a fucked up man.
Click on manufacture.
Oh God.
Once we have a match, we click next.
okay?
You know, I made a chess set. I made like a I did like shit. I made a statue. I made Dave Kennedy into a centaur. I have the OBJ files for that if anyone wants to print it.
Dave Kennedy as a centaur?
Yeah.
Hello, Boris. Hello, Ms. Kappelman. The mail is here. Hey, Chipster. Even the mailroom guys look like Gates. Preppy pod people. Hey, Chipster at Microsoft.com. Chipster at Microsoft.com.
And I laugh.
Responsible for some of the communication.
And the Shadow DX.
A little backlit through the road to the Microsoft network. I'll keep both hands on the keyboard, I promise. Smooth, very smooth. Thanks. But I think I go with no. Listen to
How many people have touched the computer now?
Yeah. Think of Windows
No
95
idea.
and
Too many.
as the vehicle to get you there.
Okay.
There's a little tip.
Oh, wait.
No, it gets weirder. We're not even at weird yet.
Communicating online.
I'm surprised.
And
I think I
I'm
would end up
surprised he didn't walk in with
fucking
suspenders and a pocket protector. Just
information superhighway. It offers everything from shopping to
Shadow.
in areas like finance, sports, hobbies,
Wait, is that supposed to be Bill Gates there, or is that just another nerd?
Apparently, it's supposed to be the mailroom guy who looks like Bill Gates.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Would you like a side of
And Brandon just
Let's
Brandon
click
tells it like it is. You are the reason I hate people. Merry Christmas.
Now we're dialing. The network is especially important for Windows 95 users because it'll have software support forums running all the time. Okay, the choices on screen.
All right, I can't switch away to check Twitter. Or
Hey, why don't we send some emails?
actually, you know what? Let's check video chat. Whoa, how did I pause it? I didn't mean to pause it.
Wait, what's going on with Twitter?
I'm just trying to check video. If anybody asks any questions in video.
If anyone else is having as much pain as we are watching like ancient.
oh, wait a minute. Let me check.
That's so meta, yo.
Google this. I'm not gonna Google that. No thanks, man. I think I'm gonna pass that.
Solar panels. I don't know. People are talking.
That's enough for checking up
My
on.
buddy Tim, he'd freak if we knew we were here.
Oh no, not that kind of grunge band.
Grunge, excuse me, it's alternative heavy metal vinyl redux. Hello. Cool.
They're now emailing from Bill Gates' email account to their friends.
Address tim@harsh.com. Okay, let's type his name on the to line. Then we'll come up with a message. Well, let's invite him over.
It's Bill Gates' office, not a rave party.
This is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Okay, Tim, we are hanging out in Bill Gates' office. Why don't you come over, bring the new CD and video, and then just hit the send icon and away it goes.
All right. Before you take over the laptop,
Tim is.
Let's explore the Microsoft network. Okay,
I guess Tim is his drug dealer.
Trading hockey cards or hook up with some college football.
Who the hell is I hate to say this. Who the hell is Sugar Tits on Twitter?
Oh, look, and there's the kids area.
I see where this is going. Stop him, please. The scratching post. Pull the plug. Is there anybody in charge here?
Oh boy, an entire gallery of cats owners' photos.
Do we have an audio tour with this? Let's look at buttons. Oh, do poo poo.
Oh, howdy, Bruce. Any chance you might have ever?
Okay, fuck.
Saved.
I don't think I'm really hungry anymore.
We're still not at quantum levels of weird yet.
Hey, yeah, it's Jeff Lee. Listen, guys.
Jeff Lee. Oh shit! Really?
Wow.
Take it.
Okay, I'm fucking done.
Did you get to see the entire entrance with that shit?
What the hell?
Yeah. I guess you are here.
What?
For some Windows 95 interface therapy.
I've never gotten Chinese so fast.
Appropriation, man!
Man, he's got a damn spin on Windows 95. Look at our menu. Column A always complements column B.
Yeah, I know what they look like.
Protein on the right, carbs on the left. Elements stay the same, but the combinations, choices, are indeed infinite.
What do you think?
Creativity is
I like
challenging.
it. I like the way
Well, it's kind of like
Yeah, that's Tuco's Squeak Out. That has like
Yes, I would.
Tuco's Squeak Out.
are
It's
same
mead,
for everyone.
but it has an extra agave thing to
View
it.
the world exactly the
And
same
agave is
through
what they
Windows
make tequila
95
out of.
system.
But agave is straight. Does
You're
not taste
returning
anything like
right-clicking.
tequila.
Well, there was some peer pressure back when I was a freshman.
Most
Just the sugar
right-handed
store.
people use the left mouse key as the primary tool. Since right-handed people rule the world with the left side of their brain, we are trapped inside their rigid rules. But Microsoft Windows 95 allows for the influence of the right brain and the lefty in all of us.
This foreshadows like all of internet
Is the end
culture,
result
really.
of all that. In other words,
The cats,
do you
and then
wanna
like the
get funky?
super spiritual
Sure,
guy.
Funky. You happen to be terrifying me with my very.
This Cobra Kai reject.
Windows 95 uses the right mouse button for what Microsoft calls power user keys. Check this out. Right on the desktop. Then properties. Let's change the screen resolution on the fly. That is so cool. Now, mess around with it. Go to the taskbar and right-click it. Okay, right-click it.
So I'll tile horizontally here, or maybe I'll undo tile. You know, whatever I want. It's kind of my show here. Huh?
Now, we go into my computer.
Okay, I got something Bill calls the nova from a black hole. It's probably not important. We'll just probably just throw that away. Okay, do that.
Now, drag the file out of the window onto the desktop using the right mouse button. Then create a shortcut.
No, there are no shortcuts. There are no shortcuts in this world. It's a very, very long, long road.
Not in Windows.
Let me show you Windows Explorer briefly.
All right, now I hear this replaces the file manager.
Well, I hope you found him a new position in the company.
I mean, the guy's got the same.
You know?
Consider Windows Explorer the file manager on steroids. Let's go to it through the Start button.
Wow. So now the left side shows the drives and folders.
Now, just drag and drop any file to any folder or drive you want. It's a great way to make files.
Okay, now if memory serves, you couldn't do this in the old Windows without opening a bunch of file manager windows.
That is correct, Grasshopper. Let me give you one more tip. Take any shortcut and drag it to the Start button.
Okay, well, I'll grab the shortcut to Nova from a black hole. Here we go.
Now show me the Start menu.
Survey says the shortcut is now on the top of the Start menu. We are rocking the desktop.
You did not just say
Rockin' the desktop.
Yes, you did. You said rockin' with a little apostrophe on the end.
No, I didn't. Go to the taskbar and right-click any program.
Got it. Now we can close just like that, and look, it moves.
Now let's really get crazy. Go into the control panel off the hard drive in My Computer. Let's check out desktop themes.
What is this?
Click pornography. Yeah.
There's some really cool displays that come with a companion program for Windows 95 called Microsoft Plus. Now dial up American 60s and hit display.
Oh, psychedelic.
People, we have an announcement. Stay away from the brown floppies. With Windows 95, you can pretty much impose your will on your PC and the world. I feel so empowered. It's Joystick Johnny. Joystick Johnny, run crazy.
Joystick Johnny!
It's Joystick Johnny!
Bill's not here, Johnny. We don't want no trouble. Joystick Johnny? What is a Joystick Johnny? Most feared video game warrior in the territory. He's probably heard that the new multimedia support in Windows 95.
And this guy's now like 38.
No, I don't think so.
No, I was 15 when this shit came out, so he probably is.
This shit came out, well, it's Windows 95, so it came out in, well, probably.
Oh, really? No, it came out in 94.
I would think I was like 12 or 11.
That's more years, so yeah.
I was 14. If he was 94, I was 14.
But the fuck I said is mid-30s.
Yeah.
5 makes games fast and cool. And of course, Windows 95 is compatible with DOS games like Flight Simulator. That's yesterday's news to Johnny.
Somebody better step up and volunteer. We start fitting everyone here for one-man bungalows. How about that strange?
He's got a mirror on his little helmet.
Okay, first of all, I'm Matthews. That takes care of the Stranger Thing. Second of all, I'm not hiding anything. As a matter of fact, I'm working on an expose right now to blow the lid off the sitcom business.
Yeah, well, nobody's leaving until somebody's man enough to play a little 3D pinball with old Joystick Johnny.
Pinball. That was
This is
super Windows like game.
That's some campy ass shit.
Yeah.
The whole thing is horrifically campy. It's okay because she's gonna take him on.
Girl. Hardy har har.
Oh, no. See, that's a coward's laugh.
Nobody calls Joystick Johnny a coward.
Where's the internet?
It seems
Bring
like a
up
little
3D
bit of
Ozzy. It's the internet.
Someone's gonna be triggered.
Joystick Johnny reminds me of like maybe he drunk.
Oh, wow. Joystick Johnny, the internet's first documented autist.
One of them Xbox. It's one of them. They're Xbox gamers. Was that a cat or a bunny? That's a kitten. Hello, kitty.
No. Oh, wait a minute. No.
Nobody has. It's a new game in Microsoft Plus.
So the kid was bluffing?
Well, let's hope so.
I was just wondering.
Oh, our local pub, by the way, recently got a whole bunch of new pinball machines. It has a Freddy Krueger one that looks like circa.
That one's pretty new.
That one's like a Nightmare on Elm Street 4 or something.
I don't know.
Is that your pizza place pub or is that a different one?
Pizza place pub, yeah, Richo's, aka. Well, okay, it's now called New Albanian, but the other side's still called Sports Time Pizza. But you can get it's the same kitchen, so you can order the same food and the same beer at even place.
Should we just all go meet down there next week and do this off our cell phones? Because that's pretty damn good pizza.
I'm cool with that idea.
I see how it is.
How many?
I see how it is. I see how it is.
We mean how it is.
You're gonna be doing that, and I'm gonna be on a fucking flight.
It's not like your ass is like, I saw you on a flight that time. We can do it sometime when you're not on a flight. How's that sound?
There we go.
No, DerbyCon, I'm staying at the hotel, man. I'm sorry. I'm not leaving DerbyCon Hotel.
No, but sometimes
He usually doesn't. I don't know. Am I staying with you again next year?
Sure.
Yeah.
Assuming I get the same kind of, treatment from the Marriott that I did from the Hyatt.
Oh, that's right. It's not the Hyatt.
Yeah, we don't know exactly yet what I'm.
Yeah, we don't know because we knew the Hyatt had like 3 rooms attached to it, so we were all in different rooms. But
nothing else you can cuddle up with a night carnage or something. I don't know. He's a very small guy. You can push him aside.
I know someone cuddled me on the couch last year.
One of the things they took out of Windows that we actually liked. Yeah, no more pinball, no more ski-free. Fucking solitaire, that's all you get.
Isn't that what the kids say? You're on my list, Missy.
So the first girl gamer, they kicked his ass.
The magic dragon. Yo, Matt, how you doing, brother? Tim, you brought the band. I did? Oh, wow, I thought I was being stalked. You guys
Totally drug deals going on, I swear to God.
That's the plug.
I need to find better drug dealers. I'm just putting that out there. Not that I'm asking anybody to contact me. I'm just saying.
Careful what you say, because, you know, well, I don't know, you can tweet that. Apparently, you know, you can't commit a felony on Twitter.
It's got full screen.
Oh, what is that? Oh, what is that lady?
Rosie?
Shit. Rosie O'Donnell and the. Shit, yeah. It's telling Ben Shapiro to suck a dick. I was like, oh man, this is not.
Was
good.
that the Rosie that we're referring to? Is she because seriously, someone like the whole bribery thing? I'll give you $2 million if you vote. You know, fuck, you can't do that. That's a fucking felony.
That was Rosie O'Donnell, and Ben Shapiro
He's
pointed out.
fucking stupid. And then they're like, "Hey, TMZ, follow it," and she's like retweeting it. Yeah, TMZ posted. I'm like, you fucking committed a fucking felony. You directly said, "Oh, it's comedy." That's not comedy. It's not. You can't directly name the senators that you want to give the money to, and then tell them $2 million, and then tell them to DM you.
I was like, when Ben Shapiro called that out, and she told him to suck his cock, suck her cock. I'm like, you know, this really is not helping you out. But anyway, we'll continue this.
In full motion video, no more of that postage stamp size screen and cheesy 16-bit
She's
movement.
colluding.
I'm warning you. One spin and you're out of here. Just don't want to riot when the boss gets back.
Hey, maybe we can jam with the shareholders when you get off work.
Not on my watch. Just
Nice porn stash, buddy.
That's the kind of woman I want. It says, "Pop it in, and away we go."
It doesn't work this way. It doesn't. I remember it autoplay. I never remember autoplay. You had to like open up media player and.
Because we all disabled autoplay because it was a huge security risk.
Oh, and you remember on the Windows 95 install CD, there was a music video. It was like Weezer. It's like, ooh, just like Buddy Holly.
Was the Buddy Holly on the 95 disc? I thought that was AOL.
I'm thinking it was the Windows 95 disc.
Huh. I need to go see if I can find those discs.
See, I went to university at the time. I had a bunch of this shit laying around, and
You know what they think about us anyway?
we don't care about that.
I don't know that.
Ta-da.
You know, I'll tell you something, I've learned so much, I feel like I've already been a part of the Windows 95 video.
Yeah, I know. It's an incredible program, isn't it?
Yeah, and the best thing is we've met some incredibly freakish and frightening people.
And you know what, Daddy? I'm feeling kind of nutty and feeling kind of kooky.
Yeah?
So you know what I think I'm going to do?
What?
I think I'm going to press that red button.
And she saves everyone!
And everybody applauds.
They all get sucked into the computer. It's the best part of the whole video. It's like, cool, I want one of those that, like, you know, destroy my enemies.
Windows. I know Windows.
What would happen if
I don't
they
think
powered off right
Windows 95 did. They didn't actually do that. I wish we had that feature.
Okay, the secretary chick is obviously doing the window washer.
What do we do? Leave.
On the low key.
Okay. You know, this is going to sound kind of strange, but I kind of get a miss Joyce and John.
Oh, are you Maddie?
Hey, Maddie, what's going on?
Yeah, by the way, I said fluffy.
I said flappy.
No, I didn't. I said fluffy.
I said flappy.
Fluffy.
Flying Windows screensaver.
You say potato, I say potato.
Let's see how many copyright infringements I get from this video.
Oh, God, it's over. Thank God.
And everybody applauded.
Expressing that.
They would be on the video suggestions based on other shit I watch.
Oh, dear God.
Why are there so many videos with guys with their shirts off, Adrian?
I don't know.
Did you have Rooster Teeth on there, too?
Not to my knowledge.
I thought I saw Rooster Teeth Animated Adventure on there.
Yeah, you can go back and look at the video later on and let me know. Okay, that basically covers everything we're going to cover. Esther, you didn't say a whole hell of a lot. What's up?
Your mic's not working.
Is my mic's not working?
Oh.
Lame. Well, next week, every Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we start this shit up. So you're welcome to join.
Excellent.
Just ask me or keeper for the Hangout address. All right. Well, we've gone for a few hours now. And by the way, the USB-C power thing for the newer Macintoshes sucks because it keeps falling out when it shouldn't. The old magnetic one worked really well. This USB-C shit fucking sucks because I just found out I was unplugged and I'm down at 57% of my battery life.
That sucks. But at
I'm
least
down
it's
to
compatible with
9% and I'm plugged
5.
in, so I gotta get off in a second.
So what else do people have to say? Because we've been going for, we started at 7, so 7, 8, 9, 10, so 3 hours so far. That's a pretty good run for the cast. Does anybody have anything prolific to say?
Prolific? Hell no. It's always great hanging with you guys.
Can we watch Don't Copy That Floppy and make fun of it next week?
Let's watch Bill Gates jumping over a chair.
Put it in the show notes. Put it in the show notes. Unlike whoever put shit in the show notes this time around, which thank you, because it did give us stuff to talk about. But if you're going to put shit in the show notes, it'd be nice if you showed up for the actual
show.
For the actual hangout.
I was a little late. I was getting dinner with the wife.
That's all good. As long as you're going to show up eventually, I don't mind. Just put some stuff in the hangout. Put some stuff in the show notes. And you already requested access to the show notes, right?
I think so. It's on Docs, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Moo, I'll get a mic next week. Yeah, that helps because it's good to keep the feedback and so forth. Okay, and I can hear Mary Margaret like going to town on some kind of felt.
Yeah, she's carving or something.
I'm making a bunny.
Eat your bunny.
Can you shoot me a link to the show notes?
Hold on a second. I'll shoot it to everybody here in a second. I just gotta find and then you gotta request access if you don't already have right access, and then I'll grant the right access.
Cool.
It just went into the chat. The chat that is in Hangout.
All right, I requested edit access.
Cool. And open share.
I'm not seeing anything in that hangout. Oh wait, maybe it's this one. Nope.
Can edit, send, and you should now have edit rights to it. We're not quite coming up on a year yet of casts.
When is our anniversary? Should we do a special anniversary cast?
Probably, but let me go back and check the earliest one. Oh shit, man! My earlier notes are really ugly. I didn't do cast. I didn't do cast notes till starting at cast 11.
So when was our anniversary then?
Shit, I gotta go look. Because I think we technically started Irongeek cast 11.
Alrighty, so today is the big
There's
tax
my Ben
reform
Shapiro.
day. Finally,
Let me see. Irongeek cast 0. That was streamed 11 months ago. Let me see. It was January 11th, 2017.
All right, so then January 11th, we should probably,
And the first people on
We should all get drunk on air.
Strangely enough, the people who are on the original one, I don't see Charles because Charles is super irregular, but Jack was on it. George Forbush was on it. Strangely enough, Amanda was on it.
Why do you say strangely enough? She seems like our kind of people.
She is.
Oh, I love Amanda. She's the vice president, by the way.
Though.
Yeah.
She's the vice president of what?
Of the patriarchy.
Oh, okay.
I'm the president. She's VP.
It looks like the earliest people who are on like from the beginning was like me and Jack. And I know Charles came on pretty early on. Then Pseudo Hack was on for quite a while, but then he kind of dropped off. Granted, my cast is not particularly focused on technology. We talk about culture. We talk about whatever bullshit's going on at the time. But Charles and Jack, besides myself, have been probably the most regulars. Amanda's on here pretty regularly. Marcus on here pretty fucking regularly. For a bit there,
woohoo!
For a bit there, Janie was on here, but I haven't seen Janie for a while. Marlene is on whenever we have a topic she really wants to cover.
Mm-hmm. Jamie, I usually see like her tweets, talking about Bitcoin right now.
That would be an interesting thing to focus on.
Yep, and I'll have her on, and I probably also want to get Rob. Oh, what's Rob's last name? The guy. I have a good video from him on my tube. Rob. Shit, he used to work with Tenacity. He'd be a good guy to have on for talking about Bitcoin. By the way, this last Unicode 10, they actually put the Bitcoin symbol in Unicode.
Oh, they did. Okay. I was reading up. I was reading about that on Reddit. I didn't know how true it was, and if they were going to put it in this last revision. But it's good to know that they did. So
it's not supported on all platforms exactly, but it shows up on my OS 10 box. So
okay. What are you using to test your Unicode out? Are you just using plain Python?
I just posted it out on Twitter, and there's a tweet I put out recently.
I couldn't see that, whatever it was.
It's hard to let me see if I can find a link to it.
Okay.
It's hard to depend on what platform you're on.
Yeah.
And the last code encoded in it is Unicode for the Bitcoin symbol.
Okay, well, I didn't have it yet on my Android, so that platform doesn't apparently have it yet.
Yeah, my Android does take care of it. Also, the same thing I was experimenting. Remember how I posted that thing of the Black Mermaid?
It's a Black Mermaid?
Because Unicode has stuff to say. All right, here's this particular character. Here you can modify the gender. Here you can modify its how dark complected it is. So you tell it, I want a female mer person, and you can give it the darkest complexion. So you make a Black Mermaid.
Okay.
Okay.
And that's what she looks like. And I posted what the code is in. But yeah, here is my tweet for the new ones. If you look, Charles, if you look in the chat.
Yeah, I'm looking at the chat right now. Actually, I'm opening up a new window in the browser. Oh, sweet. Nice.
And this is the combo of characters in this tweet for making the dark complected mermaid, because you have to tell it apparently you want the mer person character, then you want it to be female, and then I think you want it to be a certain. Wait, I don't think I said what skin tone. Yeah, let's see. Let me see the combination. I'm trying to remember the exact order you have to do it in. All right, wait. The mermaid, or the mer person, then the skin tone, then there's like a zero width separator, the combiner, and then you tell it what gender to make it. So, and anyway, the code's out there on my Twitter feed. They also in Unicode 10 they added a hedgehog.
So, that's right up your alley. You and Stacy.
Oh my god! Oh my god! I need to build a hedgehog. I need to do a hedgehog so bad.
Yeah, they added that in Unicode 10. Unicode 11 doesn't get ratified until like June of next year. But then I'll have my raccoon, because I like raccoons.
Do you want a raccoon, Adrian?
I like raccoons. Yes, raccoons are adorable.
I think you mean Trash Panda.
Trash Panda.
I love Trash Panda.
I mean, I identify Stacy as a hedgehog, but I personally
I said hedgehog.
Yeah, I personally self-identify as a hedgehog, as a raccoon.
Interesting.
Pirate / hedgehog.
Trash Panda.
Oh god.
Panda.
But apparently there's going to be a raccoon emoji in the next Unicode, which gets ratified in like June 2018.
Okay.
It's a weird thing for me to keep track of, I know, but I do for whatever reason.
Not weird, man. It's just awesome.
Yeah, Unicode is pretty damn flexible. Now that you can like modify the gender of an emoticon, you can modify the race of an emoticon, you can do all this. Yo,
Unicode is a web hacker's dream.
Yeah, I have to imagine the more all the complexity they add to it. No wonder there's been a few vulnerabilities found in it because you do shit like there is there's a character that you can write multiple ways in Arabic. That's something like Allah is great, and you can write it in a short form. You can write it in a long form. There's different ways of formatting it, and Unicode is just very complex because there's multiple ways of representing the same freaking characters.
Didn't you have a tool in your site for when there was that Unicode issue with Chrome and Firefox and a couple other browsers?
I have a couple
of registered domain like Apple.com with a fake A.
Yeah, I have a few different Unicode tools on my website. Also, my buddy Daryl Highland, that Unicode thing that made OS X. Oh, sorry, OS. Oh shit. Or what's the proper term for the Macintosh operating system on the phone?
iOS.
iOS.
Yeah, iOS.
iOS crash. He found a shorter version of that you could put into a SID and cause phones to automatically crash whenever you viewed the wireless SIDs that were in the area.
Nice.
They thought that was going to be a big deal, like that was going to lead to RCE on a bunch of phones with broadband, but it didn't.
But it was a nice find though.
Oh, to be able to remotely crash like a whole bunch of phones just because they're looking at your SSID, it's freaking hilarious. You'd think that they would check the character string, see how the length, and make sure it's only 255 characters. But for some reason, Broadcom did not decide to do that check on their chipset.
Yeah.
So it worked kind of like a buffer overflow, kind of for like SSIDs.
Yeah, it would crash. Yeah, SSID, buffer overflow.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, Unicode could get complex, and implementation is complex, and then you have combining characters. You have also other oddities. I'm expecting people to find more broken shit in Unicode implementations over time, because granted, it has to be there to have the flexibility to have multi-language support. But I can see how there's so many things that people could possibly implement wrong.
Alrighty.
Well, I don't have anything else to say for tonight. Does anybody have anything else to say to wrap it up before we finish up this Festivus?
Yes. Look at this kitty. Look at him. Majestic bastard.
I just go ahead. Where's the kitty? Oh, I just wanted to say happy holidays to everyone on this thread and everyone that's watching this podcast. I also want to say, and I stated in my tweet earlier, I truly love the hacker community and what everyone is contributing. I don't care if you contributed a comma or something that just made someone's day a little bit better. I think as a whole, as a community, of course, there's some things within our community that are crazy, just like anything else. But we can change things one bit at a time. That's the way I look at it.
Well, thanks, Charles. And
your sirens are going off again.
And I'll go ahead and I'll go left to right because Charles is actually on my far left on my list of people on the stream. So he said his last goodbye words. We'll go for Illustrious Nightshade next.
Yeah, I've been pretty quiet. I've just been listening tonight. So it was good hearing from everybody and catching up and all like that. And I will echo Charles's sentiments of happy holidays. It's like my video game is getting kind of whack here.
All right.
Anyway, I will say bye to everybody and peace out.
Good night, Illustrious. Jack, what do you got to say?
I don't have much to say other than, enjoy y'all's solstice.
That will do. I have my mead in my hand right now. It's Tuco's Freak Out from oh crap, what the hell is this company's name? Bee Nectar. And I'm pretty well 3 sheets to the wind right now. So Jack, you have a good night as well. Keeper, what's up?
Hey. I got nothing. So you guys have a great night. It's a pleasure hanging out with you. Thanks for including me.
Awesome.
Always welcome, man. Talk to you hopefully next Wednesday if you can make it. Mary
Wednesday?
Margaret Conley. She's just going to salute us.
Woo!
Again, happy holidays, happy Yule, Merry Christmas. Hanukkah just ended yesterday.
Keep that Yule log on because the Yule log made of ass.
And fun again on the podcast.
Away.
Yeah.
What?
The Yule log. The Yule log is meant to.
Yeah. Now we get the Yule log. I'll go burn some more Yule tomorrow.
You have no werewolves around.
Huh?
Look it up. Yule log. You have aspen are meant to keep werewolves away.
You will have no werewolf.
Have no werewolf.
I would say Esther will say goodbye, but you can't have a microphone. So, Esther, you have a good night. And me and Corey also bid you all good night. So, how you all have a happy Christmas, and I'll see you. Wait, when's the next cast? Is it next year?
Are we next Wednesday or no?
Oh shit! We're definitely next Wednesday.
Next year.
It's
Next year?
27th. So now we're not next year yet, but we got another one for this year. But I'll see y'all post Christmas. Y'all have
all right.